Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our fourth session of Chains of Asmodeus. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. I think we'll start off by introducing these lovely players. Hi, I'm the person that's currently rewatching all of the Marvel movies because I want to feel something again. Maddie, Sue.
Hi. So I'm the person who just watched Jujutsu Kaisen and my feelings are very hurt. Yeah. And this is Sue.
Haley.
I'm the person who's really nervous that I've worn the exact same outfit on every session so far. My name is Haley.
Hannah.
I'm the one dying of the plague, apparently. I'm the one who just finished reading Sunrise on the Reaping and cried for about 2 hours yesterday.
Real.
Diane!
Hey, I'm one of the scientists in charge of tracking Shiloh's last shred of patience. And, wait, sorry, what was that? What do you mean it's gone? What do you mean it's since last Sunday? I'm Diana Faye.
Apollo!
Hello. Hi. I'm the guy who binge watched all of Severance, both seasons, in 2 days while writing college essays, except for the finale of season 2 because I need to watch that with my friend. So, Becca, if you're watching, fucking lock in. Apollo.
Incredible, and you should follow all of these people and their various it's in the description of the video or in the chat. Make sure you follow them, they're all amazing. Alright, now for some quick announcements. First and foremost, as always, we have our content warnings in the top right of the screen here because we want to keep you as safe as can be. This just includes a laundry list of the possible triggers that can occur in one of the sessions of this particular show. It's intense, it's grimmed up, but it's fun. Other than that, also make sure that you join our Discord server because that's where we chat with everyone. It's where you can ask questions for our Q&A shows, which will happen at some point, and also where you can send memes and get stream notifications and all of the fun stuff. It's a vibe. You should join. Other than that, we also, last session, we had been gifted some dice, and Sue did not have her dice yet. Sue, would you like to show off the dice?
Yes. So I got my dice from Roll with Advantage, and it is so cute because they attached this adorable card, which is, I'm pretty sure, maybe backwards, but it says Dice Mail in it, and it's super cute, and a little letter. And there's these little stickers we all got that I'm such a fan of. I have this enormous water bottle that I drink throughout the day. It's a gallon, and I have stickers all over it. So I cannot wait to put some of this in there. So excited. So these are the dice. I actually haven't seen it, so we'll all get to see it together. I'm so excited. This is so plush and soft too. God, I love this. Okay. Oh my God. Okay, yeah. Here we go. Are you
You're
ready?
braver than me. I would have tore into it immediately.
Oh my God. Yeah, I could not do it. Oh, you guys, this is my first dice. Okay,
Yeah, it's our first set,
God,
everyone.
I'm so excited. On camera. Okay, I'm gonna open
Unboxing.
up one of them so I can show you. Oh my goodness. This is so Ymir. Wait, how can I make it focus?
We can see it pretty good.
It's pretty
It's very
lovely.
gorgeous.
I love those colors.
Gold.
Yeah, it's so Ymir because Ymir is like blue and has lots of reds. This is perfect.
It is literally
I wish
her
it was
color
focusing
palette.
a little bit more, but I am obsessed. This is
It's
stunning.
It matches your hair.
Oh, it does! I didn't even notice that. Oh, I love that so
Incredible.
much.
But yeah, thank you to Roll
I'm
with
excited.
Advantage again for sponsoring this session and giving us some dice. You're incredible. Big kisses, big kisses. Apart from that, we'll be able to talk more about this probably next week, but very exciting is that the Crit Awards are going to be opening nominations very, very soon. So if you love any of these people, / if you loved Dungeons and Demigods. We're hoping to get Dungeons and Demigods nominated in at least one category. So when those nominations open, we'll let you know in the Discord, and we'll also let you know on stream. So you can do your best to support us. We'd really appreciate it. I know that I'm campaigning for Hannah to win Best Villain for Kaya in Dungeons and Demigods. So
Me too.
she was incredible. We love her. Apart from
baby.
that, I think that is all of our announcements for today. I think we should get into it. But first, we're going to have our recap read by the lovely Hannah. Go ahead. Hopefully Crit Award nominated twice. Anyways, go ahead.
Fingers crossed. We'll see if we can do it. All right. So last session we started off with a tattoo session. Ymir and Solstice both got tats. Solstice got a Eldritch Claw tattoo, and Ymir got a Masquerade tattoo, which is very fun. Immediately lost my notes. So we found everybody kind of got back together post their shopping trips at the One-Eyed Jack's, and found out that everyone there is in disguise and from Miss Branson, all secret drows, and so they had a little bit of a bonding moment with Ymir. Jarlaxle ended up sending Ymir a sneaky little note which explained why her brother had gone missing, that he had attempted to join their kind of all-boy band of brothers, and basically said the seat's always open, and gave her a fun little pin, and told her not to wear it and to give it to her brother whenever she finds him. Then we had a bit of a dream sequence. Somebody so lovingly sent us a prophetic dream, so Solstice ended up getting a horrifying visage of her wife tearing her apart and killing her slowly. Don't know what that's about. Excited to hear more. And Raimi ended up in a giant arena, lots of jeering, and then she ended up getting a vision from her angel patron of sorts, and basically said the following: he holds the key to everything you've worked for. The mission must go on, to free the soul, to do what you can to bargain for us. Lots of mystery, lots of intrigue, and now we're very excited to see where that goes. We all woke up and then headed over back to the cathedral to learn a little bit more about the items that we're trying to get. I'm not going to list the items, but I will put them in chat. Basically, we found out what one of them looked like, and found out that the wrought iron tower is actually a warhammer, which is very exciting. And then we popped over to Hell, which was very exciting. We ended up reaching Avernus, the first layer of Hell. In the Bronze Citadel, we found our infernal barge, which was very lovingly called Hell or High Water, and a kind of New Yorker bargeman, the great and powerful Tyax, I think is his when we learned a little bit about the mechanics of the boat, where we can go up, but we can't go down in this magical little motor, and Calethria was like, I'll stay 2 weeks without knowing where you guys are, but then I'll leave you here, so be fast about it. We learned a little bit more about the War Sloth, which is where Ymir's brother's soul apparently is. That it was once a great battlefield where demons and devils spilled a hell of a lot of blood, and it's this kind of sunken crater and ruined fortification. And Calethria gave us the advice that we shouldn't linger long, as they have eyes everywhere. Who knows what that's about? And we're given the objective to help find a local in the Bronze Citadel to help us navigate and find Ymir's brother. We're given the advice to find a person called Zograt, one of those, a fiend who's known for selling items in the area. And me and Ymir end up butting heads there at the end. I think that's where we ended off, where she had suggested turning into Zalethria? Is
Zariel.
the fiend? Zariel. Turning into Zariel, the kind of archdemon, the arch person of this particular realm, and she's like, I'll just dress up as her, head into town, and we'll be golden. And Shiloh ended up having a freak out over it and yelling at her, and I believe that's where we ended the session, with them screaming at each other.
That was about it. We ended as we begin yelling. Alrighty. So, you are all currently together in the land of Avernus. That oppressive heat is closing in, but with how close you are to this actual citadel and city proper, the proper heat of this particular realm is not yet affecting you in any type of way, which is most likely why Calethria felt so strongly about you guys attempting to find some sort of guide or local who can give you a way to cross easily or provide you with a tour of some kind, who knows. But as you all stand together on this barge, kind of trying to shy away as best you can from onlookers and having had this conversation, trying to work out exactly what you're going to be doing here and otherwise, but the current goal is to find your way to the War Slough, to find where the soul of Ymir's brother may be held. Now, I think we'll pick up where we last left off with all of you standing around. What would you like to do?
Is the plan to go into the city immediately?
Yeah, what time of day is it? It's pretty early. We just started.
What time of day?
Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell time in a place like this, but it looks like people people are out and about. So you suspect it is sometime during the day.
I just assume it's like the Nether in Minecraft where you go in and it's like, fucking who knows? It's just currently perpetually slightly red all the time.
Yeah.
All right. Once the sky goes maroon, then we can start setting down for the night. Okay, solid. I think who is ready to go?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we have anything else.
Everyone's excited to get off the boat.
Everyone's excited to get off the boat.
Raimi is currently waiting for someone to do the whole, like, hold me, fucking, whatever I never saw the Titanic, but she's doing that thing, the I'm flying Jack thing, but no one's behind her. She's just standing there.
Do we have a map of the city by any chance?
You have been given a infernal map of Avernus by H3ll, which I absolutely remembered to send to Diana. But you don't have a map of the actual city proper.
Right, okay. If we just have okay, this is how I treat my friends at conventions. I'm gonna huddle up everyone. I'm just gonna call everyone in for a huddle.
Sure, let's skip over.
Sure.
Shit.
Shiloh's got her arms crossed, not making eye contact with Ymir, but listening.
Gonna point to, oh my god, I don't have everyone's characters' names up on my screen. What am I doing? I'm gonna point to Raimi.
That
I'm
one.
just gonna say, the map. Can you project it on the ground?
Just
I
give
have
it.
that technology.
Just give her 1 second. Frantic scrolling.
She very slowly, she starts shuffling through her bag, and you can see her pull out like a little stuffed like weasel of some sort, like miscellaneous weapons, some chains, a vial. She like pulls out the vial, looks over at Shiloh, and then slowly puts it back in. And then eventually she pulls out the map and just kind of looks at you, looks at the map, looks at you again, not knowing what you mean by projected on the floor, and she just slowly sets it out on the floor and spreads it out.
Incredible. Me being like, oh, we're dealing with paper. I wanted an arcane map. What is this?
It is magical because you can see that it is moving. It is
Awesome.
attempting to track the how each of the layers themselves are in constant movement. Where did it go?
Just with my claw, I'm just gonna point. I'm just gonna circle the city. This is our perimeter. We do not leave here, not without the group. We need to establish a place that we all meet up if things go wrong.
This is
Raven just
literally
points
like a
straight down at
convention.
it.
I live.
She's like, it's like, yeah, we'll all rendezvous at the one kebab cart out back. She's like, the pile of skulls
Exactly.
seems pretty nice. I think that looks homely enough. If we need to, yeah, can't be that hard to miss. If you wanna find a place to meet up.
Will we move together or will we split up? We have the stones of sending should we want to split, but personally, I would recommend stick together.
We'll
I
cover
don't
more
really-
ground.
Go ahead.
No, you.
I would like to stick together. I was just putting my hat in the ring for staying together and in one piece.
Shiloh looks to the group and sees like general consensus of sticking together, rolls her eyes and says, "Fine."
Good. Our priority is to find a guide. Try not to get distracted in there. We need a code word in case things go wrong to communicate with each other.
Jenga.
Well,
Maddie, this is 100% just convention etiquette.
I was just at
Yeah.
WonderCon yesterday,
Word.
so I'm on the con floor again. I'm going back.
Just
what
to
do we say if there's a
confirm really
con creep?
quickly, who has each of the sending stones? So you've given one to Calithria. Who has the one connected to Calithria?
oh,
I think I do.
You do, and then
Yeah.
you've got
What?
another pair, or that's it? Did you get?
I thought we just had
you just
one
had
pair,
one pair.
and then I have the other one that's connected to the surface.
Correct. Okay, so Meknon, you have one. Calithria has the second one.
Mhm.
Cool. And you can always swap that around, but just like, I want to canonically confirm. Okay, for future reference. Go ahead.
I don't like that you're asking, though.
Concerning, but that's fine.
It's called being a dungeon master, okay?
I know, but still.
Let's split the party.
Really
We
quick,
have
where
our
did we decide
rendezvous
to meet
point. Do
up?
we have our safe word?
Where was our rendezvous point?
Shiloh's gonna point to the river Styx and be like, "We'll just meet back at the barge."
And
We just-
Meknon
we
wants
just-
a safe word.
Shiloh's gonna look up to Meknon and go, "Well, any suggestions?"
I'm just gonna say some low guttural thing and say that's what my soldiers and I had. Just straight up in Draconic.
Perhaps something a little bit more on the common end of the spectrum. Might be a bit difficult for our non-tonal speakers. How about simple ask how the weather is? And the Shiloh's gonna point to the sky because, well, to be honest, we all know what the fucking weather is. Hot as shit.
Mhm.
That's pretty good.
I'm good with that.
Great. Well, I don't know about the rest of you, but I would really like to get off this fucking boat. Shiloh looks to the river Styx uneasily. Don't really want to get splashed.
All right, I'm down. Let's leave.
Cool.
Alrighty, so you guys climb off of the barge onto this kind of like rickety docking system that exists like on the side of this city, and looking up and looking around you, the city itself seems to be in a constant state of repair and expansion. You see enslaved creatures and souls just working with tools to the crack of a whip, like rebuilding the city as it is constantly destroyed as the kind of epicenter, war center of the never-ending blood war, and also constantly attempting to expand to get bigger and more powerful. Looking around, you do kind of feel that a constant stare, usually by the little imps who just kind of seem to crawl and fly all around the city. They seem to be doing it to everyone, but you guys in particular would certainly stick out compared to the mostly infernal tieflings, devils, and other such that you see occupying this particular city. I'll say, yeah.
Oh, Jesus, no.
No.
I was gonna ask, could I do a sort of vibe check? Because when you're someone who is very physically imposing, you have to know, pick your battles. Is this a place that I want to exert scary dog privilege? Or is this like a big bustling metropolis where I just want to keep looking forward and mind my own business?
I will say, can you either roll me an insight check or a history check?
Which one's... Oh, history's better. History, please.
I was gonna say, I know that your insight is shit.
Next ASI... No, my wisdom's 8. We're not doing that. Ooh, that is a disgusting, nasty, filthy 20.
Alright. Well, it's less that Meknon as a person is able to like look around and read the situation. It's more that he recognizes a situation and remembers how it went down last time. So you do recall H3ll mentioning that the main danger in this place is that people will attempt to forcefully conscript you into the Blood War, and you do kind of get the vibe that these particular imps are keeping an eye on you, but they're also sizing you up in the same way that you are looking at the people around you thinking, is this a fight I can win? The people in the city are doing the exact same thing to you. So you actually suspect walking in with a confidence and a scariness will do much better for you than to look weak.
Okay.
At the same time, H3ll did mention to not draw unnecessary attention towards yourself or, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, instigate shit.
Okay,
There's
so
a
I'm
middle
not gonna
ground.
I'm not gonna go full gym bro, like, bro, my lats are just so big that I can't have my arms by my side. But I am going to just constantly have a little bit of acid in the corner of my jaw to give that vibe of, I'm ready for, if you want the smoke, I can deliver it. But I'm not gonna start it. But I could, but I'm not gonna. And that's how I'm just gonna walk.
Hell yeah.
I am gonna walk at the back of the group. I'm just gonna make sure that nobody falls behind.
Cool.
Shiloh's gonna probably take a leading position in the group. She's also gonna turn back to everyone and goes, anyone speak Infernal?
Yeah, I can. My accent's not that good, but I can give it a shot. I know a lot of swear words in Infernal.
If you guys came into this campaign and none of you spoke Infernal, I would laugh so hard.
No.
We all took a bizzle.
Are there any major draconic threats in this game?
Tiamat.
Yeah.
Tyler's just gonna nod to Raimi and she goes, well, that's 2 of us. Question, Manny, just as like a flavor thing, can I ask what you think the accent of Infernal kind of would sound like?
Make it easy. Make it English, please, for the love of God.
Please.
I'm bound to this now. Fuck.
Oh no,
Italian.
you don't. Usually, when people like speak in a different language, they'll drop all accents and just talk normally. But to me, Infernal is like giving is. I'm sorry, it's giving like Russian dramatic, like really intense, almost like Hungarian, like a.
Fair.
But
I'm just curious.
Yeah.
I think that if Shiloh catches one of an imp or something staring a little too long and a little too closely, she'll whisper under her breath to it, just like, less staring, more working, but in like the thickest infernal like accent she can, and she says it with surprising accuracy. Like this is something it's close to her common tongue, as she could speak it about as well as she could speak Elvish, which comes as a surprise, I think, because Raimi can understand, obviously.
So I'll say with Meknon and Shiloh, either both of you can roll individual intimidation checks, or one of you can roll with advantage.
What is your plus to intimidation? Apollo?
Oh, sorry, I was sneezing. What's going
It's
on?
all good.
What's your intimidation? What's your intimidation plus?
Incredibly intimidating. I was saying what your plus to intimidation was, whether or not we should both just roll or one of us should just take advantage.
My plus intimidation is +7.
Oh yeah, I will give Macnon advantage in an intimidation check.
I'm so
Scary
sorry.
dog privilege in
It
the
was a
back.
whole ordeal.
It's okay, bud. Can you roll intimidation with
I have, like,
advantage for me, please?
Oh, awesome. Yeah, sure. I have like dad sneezes where it does feel like I'm trying to exercise something. 26.
Alright.
Damn.
With Shiloh's comments paired with Mechnon just existing, you do notice that people will kind of stare at your group and then kind of just like look away or do their own things. Kind of like we're sizing you up to see if you would be a good target and then kind of being like, no, it's too much trouble. As you kind of wind through these narrow streets, kind of making your way to where the crowds get a little bit thicker and the voices get a little louder. And eventually, your group breaks out into a kind of haphazard marketplace square area. If anything, it resembles one of those, you know, in like Paris, where you'll have those people like illegally selling merch and then the police arrive and they could wrap it up in like 3 seconds and start sprinting. It's giving very that in the way that some of the stalls look like they are permanently there and others just look like some people sitting on a tarp with some random stuff. It is very much a place of trade and trying to get rid of random shit that people find or steal off of other people. You do see some food around, but this is more so a marketplace of strange items, strange things, and strange favors. What would you guys like to do?
I would love to do a little perception check and see if there's anything worth like really taking a look at. If anything seems like magical items that like are just particularly spicy.
Yeah, roll a perception check for me.
A 14 plus 4 for an 18.
18. Okay. With an 18, as you look around, you do find yourself eyeing the more permanent looking stalls. You think that some of the ones that look like they could disappear in 5 seconds are people selling wares that they themselves have sourced, while the permanent stalls look like the people who buy stuff off of scavengers to then sell at a much higher price. So oftentimes their stocks seem to be a lot more curated and nice in a way. 2 in particular, I would say. One of them looks to have a selection of weapons and armor pieces that kind of make you think they most likely were taken from individuals who didn't need them anymore. And another one which looks like to have a collection of haphazard scrolls and bottles and otherwise.
I don't think Shiloh's necessarily going to stop, but she does clock them for later, as they're currently on their way to find a person, and she wants to do that as quickly as possible.
Incredible. So the person that you're looking for was described to be in this market.
We know he's a fiend.
Read my notes from last session. Sells
like a
items
devil.
found in the Warslaw.
Somebody covered in ichor. Like, I'm trying to think of any other physical.
Yeah, I don't think we got a lot of physical
Descriptions.
description of the person. I imagine there's a decent number of fiends here, Maddie.
Yeah, it's 1 or
Yeah.
2. It's 1 or 2 for sure.
One
Just
or
a
two.
couple.
Yeah.
I think Shiloh's gonna turn to the group and suggest that they spread out, being like, well, I think there's at least a few fiends here, and we didn't exactly get a poster of the man, so maybe we go around and we ask for Zolrat, see if we can locate him.
We can try. The only thing is, if the guy is trying to keep a low profile and stay under Zariel's radar, he might not want to be found if we just ask about him. You know, they might think that we're with Zariel. I mean, look at us. And she points to, like, her all-white outfit and goes, clearly, we look like we're important, and we don't want him to think we're the cops.
Ymir. Shiloh turns to Ymir and goes, your little magic trick might actually come in handy. Not as Zariel, she says, gritting her teeth, but maybe if you became a fiend, or at least looked like a tiefling or something, maybe you could ask around without raising suspicion. She says begrudgingly, and you can see it on her face.
Ymir looks up and meets Shiloh's gaze and is like, Are you asking me for a favor?
No, I'm asking you to do the thing that will locate your brother. I'm asking you to do exactly what you've come here to do. I don't do favors.
Interesting. But could you say please?
Shiloh raises an eyebrow. She is shocked by this, and she goes, no. If you don't want to contribute, that's on you, love. I don't bend the knee.
Love counts. And then she goes and she's like, okay, I can do this now. She said she loves me, everyone. You heard it. And then she's going to, like...
Shiloh looks around, panicked that you just said that out loud to other people.
She's going to, like, swap into one of the characters. And what do these people sound like? Is this the very thick Russian accent?
I think it's kind of all sorts, and I don't know, am I gonna commit myself to doing Russian accents the whole time? You know what? They're Russian in Avernus. Canon.
Okay.
You hear it.
Okay.
One quick thing, though, is, Ymir, if your character doesn't speak Infernal, you can't change into the character and then speak Infernal. You'll just look like a tiefling or
People
like a
speak
fiend.
common.
So,
you can just speak common.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
Okay. And also, is there a shoot? What was I just gonna ask? What's his name again?
Zograt.
Okay,
Zograt.
I will like swap over, and I'll be like, all right, well, watch and learn, and it's okay. I like when they play hard to get. And then she's going to switch into the outfit, and she's gonna walk up to one of the stalls that is like, looks like it's been there for a while, and she's gonna walk up and be like,
oh, mate, have you ever heard of like this man that we are looking for? Could you come and give us some tips? Because we've been looking for this man. He's a friend of mine. We go way back, and if you could give us some pointers, that would be great. I just realized I haven't even told you what his name is. Is Zagrat? Yeah, he's a pal. So if you could just tell me where he is, that would be great. You having a good day? Because I'm having a good day. That would be great.
Do you walk up to the one with weapons or the ones with scrolls and potions?
I think the scrolls and potions seem safer to do.
As you walk up, can you please roll me a... I'd probably say this would be deception because he's not a friend.
Deception?
But can you please roll with advantage because you are disguised?
Okay, great. And then I will pick up my first dice roll, and I will roll one of them. Okay, here we go. Okay. And I rolled a 16. That's not bad. +8. So
you can roll.
That's pretty good.
You can roll twice and
twice.
see if you
Okay.
get higher.
Because if you get a nat 20, it's good.
No, still the 16. So 24 is pretty good.
24 is very good.
Yes.
So with the 24, as you kind of like lean in, you see this individual is a horned devil, red skin, kind of long mangy black hair, and these kind of long curling horns, who has a kind of a pair of spectacles at the end of his nose, and looking over some ledgers, most likely, looks up as you speak and kind of seems to blink a little bit at the rapid fire and responds in common, just saying, You said you were looking for Zograt.
Yes, that is what I said. I'm looking for Zagrat, and I was hoping you could help me out.
I mean, I'm sure I can help you with if you're looking for scrolls and potions and other such things. I can find anything. You don't have to talk to Zograt. And can you roll me an insight check?
Okay.
Oh man.
What is going on here? Oh god, is this Zagrat? Okay. Oh wait, wrong dice. I should just keep the d20 out at this
Yeah.
point. All right, let's see. And then it's my advantage. Insight is +9. So I actually get a 12 + 9.
Alright,
good.
for a 21. As this person is speaking, they're absolutely not Zograt, but they're trying to convince you to not go to the. You suspect there's some kind of competition in this market, but as they speak to you with a 21, you see their eye keeps flicking to the stall directly next to them, the one with the weapons. And they're just
Okay.
like, you don't need to go. You know, all of the things they say about him is very, it's. I've everything that you do. You need spells, potions, souls.
So I look at him and I'm like, you look like a man who really sees what's right. Those spectacles are just doing it for me, You really see things clearly. And that's what I really appreciate about you because you're my friend. We're friends. Could you tell me what I should get that would be some of the best things to get? And if you could talk me into it, because I already am carrying too much stuff. But if you give me a good deal, then maybe I can help you out and get something from you.
I give the best deals. I give the best deals in this entire marketplace. For example,
I knew it. You have a sweet face. You would never trick me, would you? You're a good
Stop.
man.
Нет.
God, what have I sent Ymir into? Christ.
I have scrolls of many spells. For example, if you wish to travel deep into the deserts and stuff, I have a particular potion that protects against the effects of fire and stuff like that, so you can survive a trek straight into the heart of Avernus. If you're a traveler,
If there's a girl causing your heart to burn, can that potion fix that for me too?
for
And
sure.
she looks over
Yeah.
at Shyla, winks,
Duh.
and then continues the conversation.
Totally, for sure. This can fix anything. Also, we have this potion. This potion is a miracle bomb. It works on everything: broken hearts, plague, bunions.
Okay, so it's
Real.
like it's a healing potion.
Just
I do.
No, not
Okay,
healing
okay.
potion. No.
I feel like you're holding back on me, man. I feel like that is not the best thing that you could be offering me. I feel like you're holding, which I'm heartbroken by because you have such a sweet face. Why are you lying to me like this?
Oh,
What are you holding back on me?
I scrolls, if you like scrolls. I have a very special scroll, this one in particular, and he lifts it up, just goes, it acts as a weapon. It fires beams of pure magical light at people, killing them instantly in certain situations.
That is, I do like my love beams. I will take that. I will take that one exactly.
This one? Okay.
It's just magic missile.
It's just magic missile.
It's like there's no words now.
This one. This one's very good, very good. It's, guarantee. This one will cost, it depends. Are you paying in soul coins or a gold?
I suppose I will be paying in gold, but I was hoping that you could give me a friends and family discount because we have gotten so close over this conversation.
I was already going to give you friends and family discount. You don't even.
Oh, my friend! Oh, you understand me. Okay, tell me your discount. Tell me what you're giving me.
This one is going to be just 300 gold pieces.
No.
I guess, sometimes friends break your heart, and then you have to think, do I want to stay in this relationship? I don't. I trusted you. That's a lot of money. I don't think I can handle that.
It is worth
So-
it.
I don't think it is. You really broke my heart today, Spectacle Man. I trusted you. But
Well,
don't
maybe
know.
you're in the wrong business.
maybe I am. Maybe I will go over to the next stall and the guy can offer me some better deals. What do you think about that?
No, don't. Don't you want the miracle, Mom?
I do not. And then she walks over to the next stall and she's like, oh, hello, Fred. It is so good to see you. So I'm looking for this man named Zagrat. I've heard beautiful things about him and I just really want to get to know this man. If you could help me out, that would be great.
What are you after with me?
Zagrat!
see a extremely large fiendish individual who kind of resembles a mixture between like a horn devil and a pit fiend, in that he takes up a lot of space, and like with this like a big old beer belly, and has about 3 different imps around him, all kind of staring at you, and this individual kind of leans forward and cocks his head and goes, "What?"
Okay, so Ymir at this point is like, well, and then she like looks back and she's like points at him.
The
She's
rest
like, I
of
have some
you see
friends who would
this.
really like to. Yes, I'm like, oh, I have some friends of mine that are big fan of yours, just like me, and we just wanted to talk to you. If that's okay.
It's always okay.
You are such a nice guy. And then like she like calls people over to like come talk to him.
Shiloh is in awe of the situation that has just occurred and is standing mouth agape, not really registering that they've actually found the person.
Oh, if you don't close that, a fly might fly in. So you might want to just close that up a little bit.
See.
And then she turns back into the conversation with the guy. She's like, oh, hello? So, what brings you here?
Business. You lot are outsiders?
Yes.
Shiloh is gonna
Yes.
walk up next to Ymir and respond in Infernal and say, of sorts.
He switches to Infernal. Understood. What can I
He's
help
like
you
looking
with?
back and forth. No idea what's going on.
We need a guide to the Warslav, and we are told that you're the man to speak to. We're hoping to keep a low profile, and we're told that you like to keep that way.
Unfortunately, I wouldn't know anything about that. However, if you were looking for a tour of the land, I'd be more than happy to help. However, I don't work for free. What are you lot offering?
How about my undying love and affection?
Oh honey, you don't want to be bargaining that kind of shit in this place. They take that serious.
Ymir's gonna be
Shiloh,
like, it is fair. Okay, I'll just step back.
Shiloh pats a small. She keeps like a small bag of gold coins on her at all times and goes, "Well, we've got gold, but I don't know how much of that will actually be good here. What do you want?"
I like things, hard to get oddities. If you lot are from up above, you might have something we don't see too often down here. That would interest me. Otherwise, if you lot are heading to the Warslav, and I assume your aim is to make it out the other side, if you're come across a certain item and you let me take it off your hands, I'd be willing to help. But not without a contract.
Contract you or me?
Both of us. It's an agreement, innit?
Or
Never
hear
agree
me
with the
out.
devils.
Can I pull out my lute and then go, what about this magical pipe that makes noise? Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Shiloh looks mortified.
We've got those down here.
Oh.
Shiloh just puts a
That
gentle
face
hand on the
puts it
flute
away.
and just like pushes it down.
And she's like, I feel like you have got this conversation. I'll just step back. And then she just kind of like trotters away a little bit.
You did a great job. And is gonna turn to the group and go, anyone want to chalk anything up?
I won't join the conversation because I would have gone to the other stall first. I
Mhm.
think.
Okay, we'll get to that in
Yeah.
a moment.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a second.
What I can offer is... I won't ask exactly why you're there. Most people are there for the same reason. Curiosity or looking for treasure hunting. I can respect that. What I can offer is a guide to take you to the edge, so you lot won't get lost in a new place or die of heat stroke 2 steps out of this place. Otherwise...
Shiloh begins looking herself over, trying to figure if she has anything on her that might be of interest. I don't
Yeah,
think
all
that
I've
she
got is
does.
gold. Really.
I won't make you empty your pockets. If you want to draft something up, I'm sure we can come to some sort of agreement with whatever you manage to find in the pools.
I mean, and Raimi kind of pipes up and she switches to Infernal and she goes, are you looking for anything in particular, or are you just hoping to send us out and not really give a shit what we bring back?
Most of the stuff you'll find in there will be good. In particular, I enjoy weaponry and armor. There's plenty
Oh, is that so?
around.
And she kind of looks down at the stall.
Yeah.
Couldn't have guessed. I mean, that seems fine to me. She turns to the rest of the group. Just bringing back some shit that we find, but we kind of needed a guide through the Warsloft, not to it, I think, right?
I think you'd be correct, but unless we can offer him something a little bit more concrete up front, I think we're out of luck.
That's something you'll have to
And just
organise with your guide.
Is there any spells that I have that can like convince him to help us?
You have spells like Charm Person. However, Charm Person, I believe, only lasts for a certain amount of time. And then after which...
But what if
they would
during
be
that
very,
we get him to
aware.
write down that he agrees to it and binds to it?
But that he would know afterwards that that had occurred and would make
Okay.
it void and
Okay,
probably
okay.
very angry at us.
That's
Worth a
fair.
shot.
That's fair.
But because
No,
we need
yeah,
him
that
for a
makes
long
sense.
period of time,
So maybe not.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a question for.
Hmm.
I know that I'm not personally in this conversation,
Yeah.
but when he said things that are from up above, would that mean that, like, so say if I was in this conversation, I have a dagger in my inventory. I'm never going to use a dagger. But if I said, oh, this dagger is like from my homeland, something like that, would stuff like that not necessarily of like big monetary value, but valuable because it is from beyond the hells,
That
stuff like that
would
be of
depend
interest?
on your persuasion check.
Jesus, Maddie, you're raking me over the coals here.
Well, to be fair, you would just be giving him a normal dagger and would absolutely have to convince him of its historical value. Otherwise, he would just think
Which
it's a
I
dagger.
could also do, and my persuasion is very high. How much is yours?
Oh, I'm not in this conversation.
Oh, okay. So I
I'm just
could do
asking for
that.
clarification for the wider group because that was something that was said really quickly, and I just wanted
Yeah.
it to have its little second.
with that in mind, maybe Shiloh will give this a go. She has a signet ring. from the Borderlands, from above. And she will play with it on her finger and hold it up and go, "Unsure if you're familiar with the terrain up above, but this sort of thing is worth a lot of money where I come from." And she puts it on the table, signet ring. She goes, "If we could arrange for discretion and a guide through, sure, something like this might come in handy. From the Borderlands, you see."
Can you make a persuasion check, please?
Yeah, I can.
You see he picks up the ring, looks at it, and then hands it to one of the imps who seems to begin casting some kind of spell.
That's 17
I'll
plus
probably do
8.
Okay. 25. No, 24. I can do maths. And you see this little imp just cast a spell and the spell fades and he hands it back. He goes, "Don't see any kind of enchantment on it. But you say it's from some sort of nobility."
Raises an eyebrow and kind of trying to keep as low a profile about herself as possible and goes, "Definitely nobility. Sign things with that and people will pay attention."
He places it on the table. "How about this? When you're in the War Slough, people go there for treasure hunting and otherwise. If you lot find something, and you will, because you need to, and bring it back to me, we'll call it a fair deal, and I'll make sure I give you one of my best guys, who's very discreet. However, that discretion will need to be for both parties."
"Be a problem," she says with a fanged smile.
Alright. And you see he kind of like growls something at one of the imps, who kind of scatters away. And he goes, "In the meantime, can I interest you in anything else?" And he kind of gestures to his wares.
Is there anything fun?
He gestures to a pair of gauntlets on the table and says, "These particular ones are very fun."
Can Shiloh pick them up?
You can. He's watching you like a hawk when you do so.
It's fine. She's not trying to do anything shifty. She's doing an inspection. Can I try and figure out what these gauntlets are? If they are what I think they are.
Give me a Arcana check.
Okay.
But you're probably not going to be able to get too much information without a identify.
Oh, do I have identify? I don't think I do. No, I don't have identify. Alright, we'll give it a go. That is a nat 20 plus 7.
Get fucked.
So what do they do? So what do they do?
So what do they do,
have
Matt?
not
Also, without
you
without an
have
identifier,
not
you can't get
seen-
anything.
You have not seen any gauntlets like this before. Number one, you've never seen anything like this before. Number two, I'd say looking at the runes on the side, while you yourself did not study magic, you do recognize runes on occasion, just especially with that high of Arcana check. You may have done some studies of runes in the past to try and identify certain schools of magic. So I would say looking into it, you see a few different schools of magic. You see a little bit of abjuration, a lot of evocation as you study them. And you can tell that they seem very intricate and very powerful.
Okay. Shiloh looking this over and getting that info of reading the runes, gestures to Zograt and goes, "Any idea what it is?" Playing dumb.
These ones they call the Gauntlets of Rage. They are made for those more specialized in casting when they need a little bit more of a toughness or an ability to get a little dirty in a fight. Very similar to how berserkers are.
Okay. Shiloh's is going to try and conceal excitement at the look of these things because she knows how to haggle, and doesn't want to make him up the price at all because devils. And she's just gonna kind of gesture to the group with a "does this look cool to you?" kind of motion.
Really my style. And Raimi just holds up a single white gloved hand in response. Shrugs.
She'll kind of gesture to Zograt and be like, "Alright, looks interesting enough. How much?"
500 or 2 soul coins.
Shiloh will shrug and pull out the coins for it. Yeah, she'll pay 500 for it. And she's gonna give the look that like this is nothing. He just drops it on the table.
He takes it, clocks that, and pushes over the gauntlets. Well, that's one deal struck. And the other, he looks past and you see the imp flies over with a piece of paper that he plucks out of the air and holds out towards you. And it is a contract written in Infernal.
So can I do a investigation check to see if there's anything funky with this?
And you know what? I'm gonna give you advantage on this investigation check.
Because I know what to fucking look for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, buddy.
Right.
Oh, no.
Oh, darn.
Update the
alright,
warlock is warlocking.
Warlock is that is a 13 plus 7.
Alright, dirty, slutty little 20. Looking over this particular contract, it looks like the thing is saying within a unspecified time. So it seems like you guys aren't being given any kind of time limit. Though signees must, upon venturing into the Warsloth, find a item, weapon, or piece of armor imbued with the arcane to deliver back to Zograt as payment. You cannot inform anyone in allegiance with Zariel or Zariel herself about your intentions. If you are caught, you cannot tell them about Zograt, and in return, Zograt cannot tell anyone apart from your guide where you are going, nor can he tattle on Zariel or any of her allies on you as well. And in return, he will provide you with a guide who has the ability to take you to and from the Warsloth. However, it does not include that they would guarantee like what's gonna happen once you're in the Warsloth. Essentially what the contract says is once you're in there, but
That's on us.
if you get out again, they will take you back and make sure that you do not die on the journey.
Okay.
With
Shiloh's gonna make a couple adjustments.
Yeah, I would say with the dirty 20, probably the adjustments that you make specifically are that both of you cannot, that the guide themselves can also not tattle on Zariel. You realize that's a little bit of a loophole. You make sure you add that in. That you also see that it includes, like, while you are in this particular plane of existence, which does mean through the use of certain spells that contract could be broken, so you kind of extend it that it is while you just for all time you can't mention this exchange ever happened, and you make those few adjustments, and with a dirty 20 you feel fairly confident about this contract.
Yeah. Additionally, I'm just double checking in terms of the items that we're working towards. I don't think there's any items in regards to this particular thing that we needed to get, but she'll just double check that it is one item that we get to pick to give. It will follow other things, but you can't just like have pick of the litter if we find a whole bunch of stuff.
It is one, you can again add that into the contract that it is one of your choice, and he accepts that.
Choice, yeah.
I also recommend maybe making it so it's not necessarily arcane stuff. Maybe divine stuff would also be a good move.
He adds an amendment that just basically clarifying what he means by arcane imbued of any item that could be successfully identified with the identify spell, which is anything magical.
Yeah. Okay, Shiloh gives this information to the group, kind of breaking down the contract. That also gives the vibe that she's done this a couple of times, or has at least been here, which strikes to some people. But basically says, as far as I can know, this is safe. And then she's gonna sign up first.
All right. I'll sign it next.
As a show of good faith.
Oh, I thought you meant we were all going to sign it. Are we gonna all sign it?
I think we all have to.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I'll sign it next then.
You notice, like, as you sign it, the rest of you, as, like, Shiloh signs it, you kind of can't see what she's signing. And you're like, is this invisible ink? Shiloh, you can see what you're signing. And as each of you go up, as you sign your name, you can see it, but it's kind of, like, invisible to outsiders, and you realize this is a protection for devils who wish to conceal their true names.
Very cool.
And I'll say, as you guys are doing this, we'll do a little and we'll take it over to Mechnon, because Mechnon will also need to sign this. Mechnon, what are you up to?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, do I?
Yeah?
Do I sign as Emir still, even though I'm in disguise?
You would have to sign with your true name, or it wouldn't work.
Got it. Okay.
I think concurrent in the timeline, just like we rewind a little bit to when they left, to when Emir left, I tap Emir out. I go into the shop. And I just kind of want to stand there as I assume he kind of just turned the guy at the shop turned
He's
away
just
for a
holding
second.
his miracle potion, sadly. Miracle bomb.
Soul coins. Soul coins.
You are looking for soul coins? We don't get too many of those coming through here. We're more likely to pay with the gold that's close to the surface. I don't think we have a bank. Sorry. But are you just in Avernus? Because if you want soul coins, this is the place to be.
Sorry.
This is Iraq. This is the place to be.
This is the place to be. God damn, that's the billboard in front
Hey.
of this. That's it.
This bait is like, I
figured it
have a
out.
plan.
I'll just say, easiest way to acquire one.
I mean, easiest way to acquire one is to fucking kill somebody, but at the same time, you have to have the power to be able to actually make a soul coin, so that's a whole different thing. Otherwise, in this they have banks. Otherwise, some people pay in soul coins. It depends how like liquid they are. Like I mean, you could ask Zagrat's boss. I can't really help you. I'm sorry. I only deal with gold. I spent all
What is the
I spent
value?
all my soul coins on this sick like he like pats the desk. These sick digs. And also this jacket, which I think is pretty cool.
Insight check. Is the jacket cool? Perception check.
Fashion check.
You don't need to roll. It's fucking sick.
Oh,
It's
okay.
fucking sick.
sick.
In his head, Magnon was like, "That's a sick jacket, dude. You're right. That was a good trade." Magnon will just say, "What is the monetary exchange rate? Soul coin to gold."
I will roll a history check for this random devil. I got no idea. It changes. It depends how stupid they think you are a little bit, and also depending on like a couple of things. I mean, you can ask his boss. He kind of gestures over to Zograt. I know he deals with souls and that kind of thing.
Goodbye.
Okay, do you want a pot? Okay.
And I'll rejoin the group at this point.
Those fucking video game ask goodbye where you just like mash the B button and leave halfway through a sentence.
Just as a
Like, bro, do you sell the very niche specific item that I need in this shop? No, buy.
just as a quick question, we canonically, as in the rest of the party, do not know what Meknon's deal was for the
Nope.
shield.
You do not.
Got
it. Alright, so
I'm just like, ooh, I'll just be like, oh, I like coins.
Meknon,
I have a coin with every
Touches
president.
his wares if
you
have
rejoin the
money.
party to see two people signing a contract.
I looked to Shiloh. I just leaned down. What are we signing?
A deal to get a guide and discretion. We bring
Is it
back an item.
trustworthy?
I've given it a once over, and respectfully, she kind of snaps her fingers to do like a little bit of a prestidigitation of like, I'm warlock. I'm well versed.
I'll just narrow my eyes at you. Nod. You have expertise in the matter.
Might see that.
And I'll
Yes.
I'll join the queue to sign.
Alrighty. Who is everyone else signing?
You can step in line behind Raimi. She just finishes signing her true name. You can see her actively making a couple hearts around that immediately disappear, but you recognize the motion on the contract.
It's
I
easy
think
to
while
see a
I
little
see you
heart.
signed it, I see that the contract is kind of like in that arcane way shielded, and Meknon is really fighting the like. Oh my god, the trust issues. The trust issues are like I don't know if I should trust this, but then I do look at Shiloh and I'm like, as much as I might not trust anybody else, I do trust an expert, and Shiloh knows what they're talking about, so I'll sign it as well.
Fair enough.
I think that's also the first time she's publicly acknowledged that she is a warlock, which bold.
Oh my god.
She's so brave.
Crazy. As the contract is signed, you see Zograt turns it towards himself and signs it as well, and the contract erupts into hellfire and disappears. Alright.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Just like my dad. Sorry, go on.
Go.
Go ahead,
What
Apollo.
happened?
Go ahead.
Jesus
Whatever.
Christ. I'm not making it out tonight. I think Sue's gonna kill me, actually. Say, what is the monetary exchange rate between gold and a soul coin? How tall is he, by the way?
He's
That's just for
probably
me.
the same
He's
height
tall,
as
right?
you, but he's also sitting down.
Same height as me sitting down, or same height as me and he's sitting down?
Same height as me, but he's sitting down.
Incredible. Thank you.
I'm just gonna triple check
You're
this
welcome,
because
Twitch chat.
I know what it is in my head, but at the same time, I'm convinced I'm gonna get it wrong and completely like fuck myself in future things. Give me 1 sec.
Maddie, give us a
I know
really
you
low
all wanted
number.
to
Give us
know.
a low number.
No.
500
6
gold
gold.
pieces.
Oh,
Mans was selling
2
something for
soul
500
pieces.
gold or 2 sold coins. That's 250.
Wait,
I'm not about
technical
this
check-in
hell
too.
inflation.
I have a quick question because on my thing it says I only have like 15 gold. Is that right?
No, you have a lot more.
So you had 7,500. We'll work out what you've bought in a sec.
I'll
I
shoot
could
it
have
to you.
totally gotten that scroll. I was like, with 15
I'm
gold.
so glad you did not get that scroll.
That scroll was
It's
Oh,
not a
yeah.
good scroll,
Would've been
though.
He was scamming you.
It's
He was
not a good
scamming you.
spell.
I'm so glad. Well, it was on purpose this whole time. Not because I have 15 gold in there. Okay.
We'll cut this in the edit, don't worry.
Maddie's like, I don't want to fucking edit this.
God no. Where did it go?
My soul's
What
only
do you
worth
say it lives on the
250 gold would be so sad.
Oh my gosh.
I think that's upselling mine. I think
Yeah.
€2
My
in a Kinder Bueno, and I think you can buy it.
my soul is
That's what I
worth
trade
like one
myself
of those king cones from like a grocery store. Love
Ooh.
those things with like the little
Mm.
chocolate at the bottom. Yeah.
See, that's not like a monetary value. That's like an emotional, spiritual
Okay,
value.
I believe they're
Dude, a single
worth.
crab rangoon
I
would
believe
come in.
they're worth 100 gold pieces, but
Okay, that's easy.
That's so yeah.
okay.
We have so many souls. We do so many
Oh.
questionable things.
I want to know what Shiloh's soul is worth.
Yeah, we're just gonna go with
You were
that.
muted for that, whatever that was.
Because
stopping myself
I
from giving
can't
things
find
away.
the note, so that's what it's gonna be. And if I regret that later, we'll deal with it. But yeah, we'll say they're worth 150 gold pieces each. But he says, well, it's less that they're worth the same as gold and more like they're incredibly hard to find, and also some particular people will only take soul coins. It's a niche market. Usually they end up being about 150, but it's anyone's game.
On this layer, is there a place where one might procure a soul coin? I have been led to believe that there are banks in this. Are there any locations before there? Banks will try to take more than they are owed.
Not locations, people who deal in souls. Usually your lots squeam away from that sort of thing. Pleasant surprise. I might know of someone who does.
What's your price?
I'll have to ask. How about you lot do whatever you do? I'll talk to my contact, the guides, and I'll talk to my other contact. You'll hear from one of my assistants when the time is ready.
I'll nod, and just that conversation's done. I'll just walk back over to the rest of the group.
Enjoy your gauntlets. I'll see you lot when you get back. Alrighty. And as he kind of leans back, what would you guys like to do?
Did he give us a because we're meeting with somebody else to give us a tour.
Yeah.
Did we have a meeting spot for that or no?
He said that one of his imps would find you when they're ready. You can
I'd say
already
don't go
see
back to
one
the
of them
bar.
as kind of like tracking you.
I would suggest. I think I would try to see if there's a kind of like a third space. See if there's any like open air seating or anything. I don't want to lead us back to the boat because
nice
I
park.
don't want then. Is there a fountain?
No.
Where's the food court in Avernus? I would
The
like to go to the food court because I don't want to go to the boat because I
is
don't
that
want them to know where
one
we are.
that one butcher's stand with meat that you don't want to ask about.
Awesome. I'm gonna go there and start sniffing the meat. Nope, sorry.
All right.
Wow.
So
Smekron's sniffing meat.
you good,
A
babe?
whiff a day keeps the
good,
doctor
babe?
away, or something like
Mekron,
that.
can you roll
I
me a
don't-
perception check?
Me?
Yeah.
On the meat.
Yes, on the meat.
Look me in the eyes while I'm rolling this
I
saddest
wish I could
perception check in my
perception check
life.
before I looked at meat.
All know that me rolling anything wisdom related is going to be bad. Like, why do we even? That's an 8.
An 8? Alright.
That's an 8.
You have no idea what any of these meats are. However, what you don't notice is a figure sidling up next to you.
Oh. I think I should just get uncomfortably close to one of the meats, just being like, I have to know what that is. I just start.
You know, you
Oh.
can always ask. I'm sure they'd be most willing to comply.
Who are you?
You see a human, which is fucking weird. A human
Well, you're
man.
not Sunbird, dude.
I know that's
With
weird.
kind of brown hair, slicked back, mature, dressed in finery, looking at you.
Can I help you?
From what I hear, it seems I can help you. I hear
Soul
you're
coin.
interested in the, yes, bargain of soul coins.
Let's step away from the meat. And I'm gonna just step away from the meat.
We need that on a sticker.
I want to get away from the dangling meat. I don't feel safe here. I need an adult. Half the things I say are just for Haley's reactions. I'm not gonna.
I'm sorry.
No, you're doing great.
I think you guys are
I
all
love it.
funny.
Yeah. I'm just gonna move. I just need the air to be clearer to have a more dignified vibe in conversation.
That's valid.
Thank you. Yeah. So once I've taken a few steps out, I'm just gonna say, I need to know where one might procure a soul coin.
A soul is such a precious thing to many, and in other places just a means of currency. It's interesting to think of. I certainly can help with your cause, if you are looking for a single one. Especially if you're in such a rush.
There's no rush. I plan on traveling the hells for a while.
Can everybody else hear this conversation?
Depends.
Shiloh
Would you have tried
Oh.
to? Would you have tried to catch on to this conversation as you see Mechnon talking to a human?
Maybe.
I think Shiloh's trying to haggle for raw meat.
Interesting.
We go.
Good food.
Stop. Apollo, I fucking saw that.
I didn't say anything. I didn't say it though. I thought it, but I didn't say it.
Watching you.
Many cultures believe that the soul does not die with its individual, instead allows it to live on, at least
So
until
maybe
it
it's in the
settles
meat.
its place. I wonder, what do you think?
I think that it's in the meat.
You see this human kind of looks to the
What
side
could
of this other person and is like, a crowd. A group of adventurers, I imagine. What brings
Passing
you to the
through.
hells?
Our business
Me
is
too.
our own. Goddamn. I think I actually do that. I just kind of look down. We are planning on traveling through these lands for the foreseeable
And I need so
future.
much meat to be able to get through it.
How daring. How interesting.
I just hung back for a second.
Just look at me. I just look at him here. I just look at him. I just kind of mouth, I don't know them. And just kind of keep talking. One would be good, but I intend to be doing business here. And I am given to understand that some traders will only work in soul coins. So I am interested to know how to procure them.
I think we can be friends. I think we can help each other greatly, if you were interested. And I can provide many things, including soul coins. If you're,
I love friends! Amir says, and then
as do I. If you're traveling your way extensively through the hells, I think you could use a friend.
I'll look at him, and not in any way sort of trying to be intimidating, but just very matter-of-factly say, friends die. I need a business partner.
Well, that's even better. What do I call you?
Ymir is just making puppy dog eyes at him when he says that. She didn't know.
You may call me Fang for my gauntlets.
And you may call me Raphael. And he extends
Motherfucker.
a hand. And I think we'll go to our break there.
Let's go.
God damn it.
Damn it.
I'm gonna find you.
Fuck.
I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna fight you.
Swear to fucking
gonna-
God.
God
That's
damn
good.
it.
He works in
Chicky's fucking music,
Avernus.
though.
He works in Avernus.
That's so.
Man, it's gonna belt out some tunes.
I'm sweating.
All right, we'll
He
go
has
to
his
our
own song.
break.
I can't fight him.
We'll be back in 10 minutes' time. Grab a drink, do what you need to do. We will see you in 10 minutes. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. All right. So we'll join right. Oh my god! Wait.
You got this. You
All
got
right,
this.
I'm
Take
good.
two.
We'll join right back into Mechnon. You looking at this strange human man who introduces himself.
H3ll. A pleasure. Many when I catch you. Many when I catch you. You better stay in Australia. I swear to God. God. Yeah.
Hells.
Oh, no.
Squares.
I think I'll just So, what I need to start is information. Is that something you can give me here?
Of course. What do you need to know?
How an individual may acquire soul coins beyond just Avernus, as I hear that it might be quite barren of soul coins here, but there are other places where they are more readily available. I'm aware that there are banks in these, but banks tend to take more than they give. And I know that there are merchants that trade only in soul coins, and I would hate for my companions and I to miss out on opportunities.
You're right to assume that the banks in Dees are a little bit more higher in their trading. That is simply because they come without effort. And that comes with a price, as all things do. Most come from trading. If you find interesting things on your journey to the sloth, some would trade for such things in soul coins. Otherwise, certain weapons can create them, if infernally cursed. Otherwise, you yourself have to be born or created into such a beast that can take them for themselves. Such weapons are rare, of course.
These weapons be too high profile to be found in the war sloth.
We never know who has fallen. But if I had to place bets, yes.
Good to know. Good to know. Weapons, creatures. I think I'm just gonna think on this for a second.
As a gesture of goodwill, I would usually let my guides take you to the war sloth on foot. But I'll sweeten the deal, add in a few vehicles to make your time a little easier and safer. We of course agree to nothing beyond what the contract states. But I'd be always interested in discussing more at any point. I'm sure there are those in your party with abilities to do things, or My name is known among places of trade. Ask around and I'll hear. I've always been fond of those from the material plane. You think so differently to everyone else here. It's amusing. Apologies, I must admit, this particular guise is usually used to make those in the plane above more comfortable. My true form is a touch more infernal.
I'll nod as he says that. I will owe you a conversation and sincere consideration. Hannah hates this. It's great. Hannah's like, I did all that work to get that goddamn contract. Don't throw it out the window. And I'm here like, I'll talk. Buy me a drink. Buy me a car and I'll talk.
Of course. I know that you not know of this place, and I am more than willing to help. A drowning man will take any hand offered, even if it thinks it will pull it deeper.
I look like I'm drowning.
Not yet.
Yet. And I'll just, it has been good to meet you.
You as well.
How will I reach you?
Ask around. And he turns, and you see he disappears in a kind of flash of infernal fire.
Shiloh.
Damn it. Shiloh is... I imagine if they'd been talking for a while, Shiloh's definitely clocked this conversation and looks mortified by what you've just done.
I'll give you the rundown. I'll make it very... A devil in disguise came up to me after my inquiries about soul coins. He has information. He claims to be a knowledgeable businessman. Having a contact like that would prove useful if used in moderation.
He's really chill, I swear.
Somewhere the voice of God is speaking to me. If used in moderation. He has
Shiloh
upgraded our contract to include vehicles to take us to the War Sloth, on the condition that I be open to conversations with him in the future. Nothing more. If you do not trust these vehicles, I am happy to deny them. But I think we will need all our strength once we reach the War Sloth.
Shiloh raises a gloved hand to the necklace, and begins to kind of fiddle with it, and has a worried look. She looks up to Meknon with, fear is the wrong word, but knowing distrust. And she simply says, nothing comes free here. If you are comfortable knowing that, then fine. Make your own bed. But next time, and she looks directly into Meknon's eyes, don't drag the rest of us into it.
Understood. You know more than me in these matters. I will
Can
reflect.
I also ask him a question?
As
Meknon or
in...
Raphael?
Raphael.
Raphael's already left, unfortunately.
Damn it!
He did a dramatic exit to leave you to
An Irish
talk
goodbye.
amongst yourselves.
Damn.
King of
I
Irish
wanted-
goodbyes.
Most misnamed thing.
He
in-
just left
Yeah,
with
we
the
know.
meat?
You guys
Did
are
he
just...
leave with the meat?
No, the meat's
Meat's
still
still
there.
there.
Yeah.
It's good.
Who's banning the
I'm so
meat?
Ymir
It's
has
hanging.
Do you think Raphael was taking care of all the meat? Because that's hilarious.
Like
in my
Raphael's
mind.
like
Little
the
kebab
meat
vendor
there.
Raphael. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
He has a
fun.
side
Okay.
business. He has a
meat's
chain.
still there.
He
Don't
is
you
a
worry, Ymir.
well-versed businessman.
Okay,
She's got her
so can I
objectives in
go
order.
over? Okay, can I go over to whoever's selling the meat?
Yeah, of course you can. You
Me
see.
and Meknon are having
Yes.
like an intense conversation, and Ymir's just gonna like toddle in between us and be like, "So, steak?"
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
you
hungry.
just see a winged devil who's very much like the like massive forearms as he's currently holding a meat cleaver and it's just like banging into shit. As he just goes, "What? What? Oh, yeah. What do you want?"
I want to walks up in her usual disguise and then just like touches one of the meats and slaps it and goes, "How much for this bad boy?"
Silver, please.
Just one?
Just say
Two.
just what?
Oh yes, no, one friend. Come on, let's not do this.
Shiloh
Not between
pauses.
friends.
Shiloh actually pauses the deep conversation she's having with Meknon and points to the devil and says in Infernal, "What kind of meat?"
It's a surprise.
She repeats herself, "What kind of meat?" Now in
I'll roll
common.
for it.
Happy to
Keep
roll
it
like a
rolling
ninja
for it.
data.
Oh,
What-
okay,
Why is
okay.
there a meat table?
It's only kobold.
Okay.
Which
Oh,
is a
wait, no, but
small
there's-
living creature with sentience, just as an FYI. It's like a small dragonborn. So imagine Meknon, but really, really tiny.
Damn. Okay, I'm sad about this, and so
Shiloh
I just like
actually puts her head down and kind of goes, unbothered by the thought of eating kobold meat.
yeah, I just like push the meat back and I go, "I don't want your meat
It tastes
anymore."
like fish. Okay.
Shiloh
I
actually
walk
waves
back
her
away.
hand and is like, actually puts them in a bag for me.
He charges you a silver piece and he puts it in a paper bag.
Uncooked, right? This is raw.
Yeah, it's raw as fuck.
Then again,
the
I
only
want
way
to
that
have a
Shiloh
gift
takes
for my
it.
brother, and I could just offer him some meat. So I'll take one for my brother.
Do
Sick.
disembodied souls eat meat?
That's a very good question. Do they?
Jingle
He might
jangle.
be peckish.
You have no idea.
We'll find out.
Oh,
He ain't got no teeth if he's disembodied.
if he's disembodied, does that mean the meat will like fall right through him if he tries to eat it? And then she gets
Maybe.
sad after saying that.
Do you want meat or no?
I
I
will.
just want to say an apology
goes,
to
"Okay."
everyone in Eastern Europe.
I will take one meat because you never know when you might need meat.
Mm.
So I will take one single meat.
Okay. And he kind of, you see him do like a with a like, "This will be the kindest on your stomach," and he puts it in a bag for you and he charges you 2 silver pieces.
Rude, but okay. Understandable. Okay. That was it. I just wanted some meat. Thank you. Carry on.
Shiloh's gonna turn back to Meknon and go, "If you'd like to continue this conversation," and she says, looking at the sky, seeing all the imps still kind of keeping watch on them, "I suggest we get out of the open. Maybe find a bar or some slum." Is there,
Do you
like-
ever think you might be an alcoholic? All you want to do is go to bars.
Shiloh raises an eyebrow towards Ymir and flashes a half smile, showcasing the fangs. He goes, "Indulgence is my vice, but liquor is not it." And she says, grabbing the flask at her side, and offers it to Ymir.
Okay. Emir takes a sip while holding eye contact and then gives it back.
You taste blood in your mouth. It tastes like pure iron liquid and like,
Oh my
red and all of
god!
it.
It don't taste good.
And-
It tastes
Emir just
It-
goes, mmm. Mmm.
Mm.
She goes,
Indraconic.
"So not an alcoholic, but it does dull the hunger pains," she says, eyeing Ymir up and down.
Indraconic, to myself, I'm just gonna say, please stop flirting right in front of me.
Shiloh raised an eyebrow at Macnon. She goes, "Careful or I'll taste you next."
This is getting
I just
very
growl.
spicy.
As
very
a threat and a flirt.
Do you speak
Oh,
Draconic?
whoa!
No.
Do you and your wife need anything else?
No, actually,
Says the
scratch that. I do
person.
now because she's gonna cast comprehend languages.
I've said it already. I've
Just
said it
having,
already. I'm
having
out.
said that.
Oh man!
Do you and your wife need
Alright.
anything else?
I say, they need a lot, and I'm just gonna walk away.
Ah.
I'm gonna go fight. I'm gonna go join the others.
Shiloh just simply mutters under her breath, "I hold no other chains," and just put the hand to her neck and walks away.
That's crazy.
I was not ready. Anyway.
Shiloh is gonna turn to the rest of the group, Solstice and Ymir, and is be like, "Well, it seems like a bar's off the table." Looking back the way. Why not a library? She says, mockingly. Sure, they
And
have
then she
lots of books
Ymir
out
very
here.
excitedly goes,
That's a great idea. We should go to a library.
Yeah, maybe they'll have more meat.
I hope so.
I'm gonna look at Solstice and just go, what do you want to do?
Preferably I'd leave as quickly as possible to get this done with. The more time we spend here, the likelihood of us getting seen will go up. But, I think finding a place to stay for the night's not a bad idea. If we don't want to go back to the barge. So maybe finding an inn for the night.
He's gonna give a kind of disappointed roll of her eyes. She goes, I mean, when are we next gonna be in hell, guys? I mean, I think we should do a little bit of exploring.
You want to hit up all the tourist spots?
Yeah, I think I would. Care to join me? She says, holding out a hand to Solstice.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah,
you show
Shiloh's
me
gonna-
around since you seem to know the way.
Ymir's just watching Shiloh hit on everybody right now.
Is it her hitting on everyone, or is she just having conversation? The world may never know.
I mean, this is how Ymir is taking it, you know.
Hannah, when would you like to take time to attune? Because you said you wanted to do that, or are you just gonna hold off until?
I'm gonna hold off till maybe, like, if we're doing an inn in the evening, I'll wait till the nighttime to attune to the Gauntlets of Rage, because I have no clue what
You
they
guys
are currently.
weren't told how long it would take to get the guide. It is fairly early in the day, so you probably will get the guide before you need to find any place to sleep. Probably be like a couple
Okay.
hours. But if you want
We're
to
just
find
trying to find a way to
an
kill
inn
time.
to sit,
I would really like to find my brother. Is it worth exploring so that we could potentially see if anybody has seen him?
I suggest asking around might draw more attention than it's worth if we're trying to be discreet in the Warsloth. Best just wait for the guide.
All right.
Is there any, like...
Like,
Oh,
Go, Apollo.
we were all gonna go.
I think I'll just look at Ymir and I'll just say, best to avoid naming names, but there might be a place where we can find information on people that have been lost in the Warsloth in general.
I'm
instead of
listening.
Specifics. If you ask for names, that gives people an idea of where you're going. But if you ask for groups, plausible deniability.
You know, I cannot believe my matriarchal society thought that all men were stupid. You are so smart.
It's less you thought they were stupid, you just thought they were weak and pathetic. It's
Yes,
different.
but this is what Ymir is saying. Yes.
Ymir personally thought I'm for stupid.
Yeah. And of
I
course,
think
Ymir is
just-
going back and forth between like the regular accent and like the person's accent.
Very like the crocodile blink of just like 2 eyelids blink. I look at my intelligence stat. I am smart.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. She says it.
Okay. Raimi, what about you?
Cool with whatever. We could kill time. We could go figure. I mean, and she kind of turns to Ymir and she goes, "How exactly did your brother die? Like, if we're looking for information generally about people who die the same way and end up in the Warslav, was it like weird or I assume it was violent, but
Well, that's just it. I don't know. I thought he ran away from home. I had no idea that he had died until we all got together, she says.
Lucky you.
There were
Rough way to
multiple
find
voices.
out.
I didn't hear.
yeah."
Sorry, I
Okay.
didn't hear because multiple voices were going off. Okay.
I mean, as long as you know what he looked like last, we should be okay. I say we just hang tight, wait for the guy, and settle off.
Alrighty, in that case, as you guys kind of stand around trying to stare down anyone who comes too close, eventually you notice the little imp that had been kind of trailing you guys flutters down closer to you and just goes, "Come this way! Come on!" In Infernal. "This way, they're here!"
It's saying that we're
Aw.
supposed to follow it in like the really annoying, like squeaky type voice that that people use sometimes.
God,
What?
I hate imps.
Hey! What the fuck?
And I think he's kind of cute. I will follow him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Ymir also, side note, thinks everything is kind of cute, but yeah.
real. So does Apollo.
Real.
Yeah.
So does Apollo.
Yeah, because you think everything is hot.
Oh,
What?
yeah,
Fuck.
Yeah.
interesting.
I don't need to
Different
be
things.
called out like this. It is
Got
it
him.
is a Monday. This is not how I
Yeah.
need to start my week.
That's true. Anyways, you guys see this little imp flapping, taking you towards the outside of the city. So the opposite end of where the docks are, and kind of straight out away from the river Styx and more into central Avernus. And right as you get to the edge of the city, you immediately start to feel those waves of heat come over you. And you see the imp settle next to a very large individual who is a amnesu. I've played this game before and I still don't know how to pronounce that.
Are they the frog-looking motherfuckers?
Kind of. I think it's
Describe.
amnesu. That feels the best to me.
Feels right.
Essentially ugly, but picture like a rotund green person with long arms with huge fingers and wings who kind of just exist in this state perpetually.
That is so
Hmm.
real.
Google it if you wish. It's
I'm googling it
interesting.
right now.
I'm putting a message in our
Yeah,
Discord.
yeah. What is it called? What's
He's
the
a little
name?
Jabba the Hutty.
Yeah, it's very Jabba
Oh,
the Hutty.
okay.
That's
Oh,
a good reference actually.
We have one in our
Yeah.
group notes channel.
Let's see,
Okay, okay.
And you see this creature look towards you all and say, "You must be the group. I am leading towards the Warslav."
It's us.
What gave it away?
A fact that the imp led you here aided in such a thing. My name is Rex Lex Carter.
What? Go again?
Sorry, one more time.
Their name is Rex Lex Carla. That is their name. I didn't make that shit up.
So raw.
King Law. What's the third one? Kala?
Kala.
C-A-L-A?
REXLEXKLA. KLA. KALA. I can spell.
All one word?
Yep,
Oh, I assume there was.
I'm just gonna spell it on
apostrophes.
vibes.
that's valid.
I have it as a triple barrel name. I'm not talking to this NPC. Y'all can do it.
Hey.
Are any of you proficient in driving land vehicles?
He says that.
Yes.
I guess he could.
Oh,
Macnon puts up his arm.
Good. It is easy enough to learn how to drive one of these. And he kind of begins to, I would say just, it's very much one of these types of walks.
Hell yeah.
It looks like he's sneaking somewhere. And he takes you over to a hardened path of rock where you see a collection of infernal war machines. These things look like Mad Max cars mixed with made of like infernal iron, and they are covered in spikes and covered in weapons and look insane. And he says, "We will be taking 2 of these. We have options." I take out my book. So we have the Devil's Ride, a classic. It's a 2-wheeled boat. It's kind of like a motorbike. I wanted to sound like a sleazy salesman now, even though he's not selling anything. He
Live
goes
your
up to
truth,
another
live
one
your
and he bangs the hood.
No, not that true.
This one's called the Tormentor.
Ooh.
It looks like a dune buggy,
Mm-hmm.
sort of a fun
These are
sized.
some very interesting names. I'll just.
Then
say.
we have this one, and he he leads you towards like a bulky armored coach that has a swinging wrecking ball attached to the front of it. This one we call the Demon Grinder. It's a good
We
one.
need the demon grinder.
And
Franchise
then
description.
finally we have this one, which looks like a kind of like armored minivan, like a bus moment. It's called the Scavenger. It's sort of good for transport.
Shiloh
I'm gonna
makes a
look
gentle.
at the demon grinder in my with heart eyes, and then don't silence, silence your eyes. I'm gonna look at the demon grinder with heart eyes, and then look at the scavenger, and in my soul know which one is the correct option, and wait for someone else to say it, so I'm not the buzzkill.
Shiloh's just gonna
He-
crack a joke to
He
herself.
did say
and-
that you were taking 2 of them.
Yeah.
Dibs on demon grinder. Demon grinder.
We can't
Does
all
Macron
ride in
actually say
demon
that?
grinder.
It's gonna be
Well, I
Mechanod
have
and
land vehicle
Solstice. Just being
proficiency.
like,
So you're the only one that can drive. The rest of us are passenger princesses.
I'm assuming Rex Lexcala can drive.
yes.
He can drive the bus, and we can
I'm on
get
my
in demon
Ps.
grinder.
Means I can drive anything, but I just can't drive on after midnight, and I can't. I have to be at like 0% alcohol intake. I'm sorry, that was a Australian permit using joke. For all of those people in chat. Move on.
I bet it hits really hard if you get
It was really good. It was
Chat, let
really
us know if that
good.
hits to you personally.
If you got that choke, you might be entitled to financial compensation.
I'm interested in Demon Grinder. I'll say it then.
It's a good one.
Me too.
People really like
Fan
people
favorite,
like
yeah.
the way that it grinds.
Stop.
Yeah, me too. I'm gonna
Okay.
go stand by Demon Grinder. I basically called shotgun in my head.
Mhm. Well,
Mhm.
then
That's the implication.
probably to take everyone else, we would need to take Scavenger, just because trying to fit everyone into Tormentor or Devil's Ride would be uncomfortable. However, Demon Grinder can take 2 people. One
Do we
driving,
need to wear
one on
protection
weaponry.
before we ride one of these?
You can. Oh my god, stop.
I'm just gonna look at
I was
Demon Grinder
about
and
to say you can if you're a fucking pussy. Or
Protection
We're
is
already
good,
involved.
guys.
What is it gonna do?
In
Kill
chat.
us?
Yeah, Shiloh's just gonna
I'm
lean over
sorry, I'm in
to
a panic
Ymir and go.
mood.
Shiloh's just gonna mutter under her breath. Devil's Ride. Reminds me of home. Wouldn't recommend it. And it's gonna climb onto Scavenger.
All right.
I'm gonna walk over to Demon Grinder. I can drive.
I wanted to say let's ride so bad, but that's not
it.
it.
Say it. Charlie
Let's ride.
XCX vroom vroom starts playing.
Let's ride.
I can't do this. Oh my god.
Brat starts playing.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
You turn on the engine, it's just so I bet you admit that you're jealous of me.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, as you all kind of stand next to your cars, Rex Carla just claps their way too long fingers. It's like, wonderful. Now, these in particular, they are very loud and very fast, so we do gain attention of things that live about in this
Same.
place. However, usually they don't want to fuck with us because we're in death vehicles. So one person will be on driving and one person will be on weaponry should we come across anything, which we will, most likely. This will take us directly to the War Sloth. However, when we come closer, we will need to park said vehicles and walk the rest of the way. The entire place is covered in sentry towers, where, like, the devils who pissed Zariel off the most are put there to keep watch, but most of them don't really give a fuck, so they can either be bought off or they aren't really paying attention, so usually it's fine. But we want to have discretion. It's kind of like if you saw someone walking in, you could turn a blind eye. However, if 2 infernal war vehicles pulled up, feasibly you would need to tell someone about it. Cool? Why is he speaking like this? I'm feeling really manic.
Kinda love him.
Yeah,
He's
get into
so
it.
chill.
Into it,
Second
yeah,
of
he's
all,
vibing.
there is something in the War Sloth. You find it very easy to enter. There's a ring of towers, they're fast-paced, it's fine. The constant prickle of the demonic at the backs of these pathetic devils serve as sufficient distraction with these guys, but like I said, let's not give them an excuse. However, getting out is harder. The truth is that the sloth, through the sheer weight of wasted life and passion, has a unique admixture of the infernal and the demonic, and it's become somewhat sentient. The land itself, that is. And it doesn't like to let anything go. It's a collector. Likes to keep things, including people. So, it, over its time, will influence everything within it to a lost, furious combatant seeking to perpetuate a meaningless war. However, I do have something that could help you avoid that fate, because if I recall, in your contract, it was included that I would take you to and from the War Sloth, but would not help you get in or indeed out. Only to and from. However, if you would like help, I would be willing to do such a thing. If maybe you did something for me.
Like what?
Well, I recently learned the location of a particular artifact designed a millennia ago to end the Great Fray. And the artifact is a horn built to allow devils to listen in on the thoughts of demons while in Avernus, even powerful demon lords. Such an item is, of course, worthless to mortal adventurers like yourself, but is of supreme value to an archdevil such as H3ll. I will give you each a particular vial of condensed order. What this does is when you drink it, within 3 hours, you will be able to make it out of the war sloth. Like, while you are under the effects of the spell, you can easily leave. So obviously don't take it like right as you're going in, because what if you're in there for longer? But when you're thinking about maybe leaving, and then none of the effects trying to keep you mentally will work. Also, as little, like, I can give you these vials, and you don't even need to, like, you know, bring the horn back to me. Realistically, you could just take it and leave. But if you do give the horn to me, I will give you 10 soul coins.
Right. Sorry, excuse me. Just a clarification. This horn allows you to listen in on any of the archdevils.
No, it allows for devils to listen to demons.
Devils to listen to demons.
Yes. If
Right.
a mortal creature such as yourself tried to use it, you would go insane.
Fabulous.
At least that's, that's what the stories say. But
Any idea where it is?
Yeah, is it in the
yes.
war sloth?
There is a place that we call the Rift. Very creative. And in this rift, there are many weapons left over from the Blood War. And you can find a whole bunch there, including such a weapon as that you would need to give back to my boss. So, honestly, you might end up going there anyways. But I do ask, what are you looking for in the war sloth proper? Because I might be willing to help you out with information of where to find particular things. What are you looking for? An artifact? A weapon? A demon? Demon blood?
Clarification of
Am I
the
getting
contract.
hotter? Colder? Maybe.
Does your discretion within the contract go to the item that we're trying to find? Don't need you blabbing afterwards.
Of course not. I cannot blab. I am contractually stopped from blabbing. I mean, you don't have to tell me anything if you don't want to, but then I wouldn't be able to help you.
I'm gonna specifically look to Ymir and put it in her corner. It's her brother's soul, so if she wants to get info, then it's not
I
her place
hear a
to
lot.
ask.
Mir just goes, yes, of course. We'd be grateful for any help that you offer. But, I have to say that you have been smiling in a creepy way this whole time, and it makes it really hard to trust you when you do that.
My face just does this. I've had to deal with it my whole life.
Resting creepy face. God,
Yep.
I understand.
It's my
I
gas.
All right, well,
Not to mention
I
these
would...
fingers. They get caught on everything. You reach for something,
Oh, I understand.
Otherwise
They
bang
get
it
caught
into
in people all the
doorknobs.
time. Yes. Absolutely. Whatever you just said. Can I? So what do I have to do in order to get you to help us?
Well, first of all, we will come to an agreement. that I will give you the vials of condensed order, which will help you leave the Warstolf without going crazy. In return, I ask that you go find this horn for me.
Right.
And when you get
Yes.
this horn me back, I would then give you also 10 soul coins, which, you know, is a great deal because I want you to come out of the Warstolf because I want the horn. Fair deal,
All right.
I
Well,
would say.
since you want this horn so badly, and obviously you need
Like
our help to get it,
super
and you're
duper
offering us such
badly.
a yes. So I'm just wondering, if we get you this horn, would you be willing to share information about what you hear with us?
Well, I mean, if you come back to Avernus, but to be fair, I was gonna like sell it to Zariel for like $1 bajillion, so.
Oh, well,
What's
that is
Shiloh's gonna put a gentle hand on Ymir's shoulder and look to the demon in front of them and go, "We can probably find your brother's soul on our own. I don't know if we need to be making any other deals," she says with a pleasant smile.
Do you know how big the Warstolf is?
Shiloh keeps
Miles
smiling.
across.
If we get the horn for ourselves, we might be able to make use of it.
You won't be able to use it. But you also won't be able to
says-
get
she
out
says with a
of
smile.
the.
Yeah.
You won't be able to get out of the
Can I
Warstolf
do
to
an
even
insight
steal
check?
it in the first place.
On who?
Can I do an inside check on this like little devilish little person?
What are you hoping to insight? What do you want to know?
Are they telling the truth about no one can use this item other than demons?
Okay,
And also, are they
Yeah.
and also are they being genuine about helping us and stuff like that?
All right.
Just like how
roll-
honest are they being, or
Yeah.
if they're withholding information?
Roll an insight check.
Okay. Okay. Come on, dice. Okay. Okay. 16 plus 9.
All right. With that, you look at this creature and you can tell that it is telling the truth that a mortal cannot use it. Except what will happen, you suspect has been slightly dramatized. But he is telling the truth that a non-devil cannot use it. You get the energy that this particular being is a hella coward and does not want to go into the Warstolf himself, and therefore wants you to do it for him so he doesn't have to do anything. So everything seems above board in that aspect, that he is very much willing to give you this vial and have you get this horn for them and bring it back. And he is attempting to sweeten the pot. You don't think it's to sweeten the pot to get you on his side. He just knows that if you guys are going to the Warstolf with an impossible mission, he's never going to get that horn back. And he wants you to get out.
Don't these potions already go underneath getting us to and from the Warstolf? Shiloh says,
No,
raising
to
an
and
eyebrow.
from, not out of. You have to read the fine print.
Solstice, what do you think about all of this?
I say we tell him. I don't trust him at all.
Oh, he looks like Mike Wazowski if he was like severely ugly.
God.
With 2 eyes. And the way that his like fingers are touching the ground as he just kind of stands there, like I flew up energy staring at all of you with like the, isn't this a face you could
How
trust?
do we feel about like lying to him about getting the horn,
Well-
but then not giving it to him?
Shiloh's gonna be
What?
very forthcoming to everyone and just growl and say, "I want that horn."
I want to know what we need to tell you for you to help us out.
But if you're going to take the horn, I'm not going to tell you.
I'm not going. No, that was a side conversation. That was a side
Oh,
conversation.
never mind. Sorry, I didn't hear that
Declared
part.
sidebar,
Yeah,
Maddie.
yeah,
I apologize.
yeah. No, that's okay. So this is me. So Ymir is privately asking, what if we just tell him that we're going to get him the horn, but we don't actually give him the horn, but we get him to get us out of hell? Why do we have to be honest to these people? It's hell.
Unfortunately, the devils tend to be honest, just lying by omission.
Well, one thing that we haven't considered. Wording, fine print. We can give him the horn. We didn't say anything about taking it back.
Hey, Polly,
Tyler raised
have
an
a point of
eyebrow.
inspiration.
Yeah. Shiloh's gonna take
Every
a
time
gentle
you guys
nod.
outthink a devil, I reward that.
Inspo? Yeah.
We hand it to him and then we punch him in the gut. We take it back.
Oh yeah.
Only this
He
poor
looks-
man.
He looks like a weenie, and we're all level 11.
He's our driver. That qualifies him as customer service. Therefore, we hate him.
This is your Uber driver.
Exactly.
Ruthless.
He turns around a phone. It's a tip. 15%,
Alright.
20%.
The tip is he just goes for the horn.
I think
Okay.
Magnon is one of those people who says tip and just writes "get a better job." God, I hate Magnon. I can't wait for him to
God.
be. I can't wait for him to
Meknon
be threatening,
invades a
but he's gonna-
country
he's
and then
fun.
asks them for tips for not killing them immediately.
Oh, for sure.
Yep.
He's like a
Yeah, for
landlord
sure.
asking for tips.
Shiloh's gonna look
But
to
it-
MacDon with a pleading is the wrong word, an assertive glare, and says, "I need that horn. We'll deal with
You
it when
can
we get
have it.
back." Yes.
However,
Absolutely.
we
Well,
don't
Shiloh
want to tell.
seems a little desperate.
Shiloh
I didn't know
shoots
you
it.
to be the desperate kind.
She shoots an angry look at Ymir, but does not respond.
So you were saying something?
Yeah, we don't want to tell him information
Mm.
and then immediately steal from him. I mean, he says he can't
Okay.
blab, but I don't believe that fully.
You suggest
Yeah,
not
because he did
telling
say
him
you have
about
to
the
read the
school.
fine print. Hmm.
I'm not saying we don't tell him about the soul. We tell him everything he needs to know about the soul,
Mm-hmm.
rather than just freely giving information.
Which is some advice that I think Meknon had given previously, which I think is a very good idea. Not to give
Because
him the
to
name,
be
but
fair,
what he needs
he
to look
doesn't even know that you're looking for a soul, period.
for. Okay.
Give him very general. Be like, oh, we're looking for a soul that came down here some time ago. If you have a rough time frame, give him that,
Mhm.
and maybe
Like no relation, no nothing, just bare bones.
soul
Yeah, I'm
that
comfortable with that.
arrived last Tuesday.
Yeah.
I mean, it might also be worth it to ask him exactly how the hell we transport a soul back up to its body, because I think
But
once we
Maddie's
find
also
it,
smiling, and I'm
No,
don't know,
someone said
every
a
time
comment and
Maddie's-
that made me giggle.
okay. Because I'm like, sometimes you smile, and I'm like terrified. I'm like, oh, she might do something. So okay, just.
Hey, what do you mean? I'm just a
What
little
you saying,
guy.
Raimi?
I think Remy makes a very good point. We don't know how to transport it after.
I think keeping it to General Soul is a good idea. Not you, Soul, and she turns to Soul and then goes, the other Soul, the one that we need, and the several.
Is it
I
possible,
realize-
since he looks like me, that they might just know exactly who we were looking for? Oh, but I have been in disguise this whole time. Never mind. Carry on.
Mm, you probably would have come out of it because there's a duration for it, right?
Yeah, I think it's
An
an
hour.
hour.
Yeah, you
Oh.
probably would have
Okay.
come out of
Look
it
at
into
the
your normal
duration.
form.
Okay. So then that is a point. Like, do I have to worry about that? The fact that, like, oh, you know, she looks like this Drow's brother.
POC to
doubt-
POC. You just say, "Oh, you think we all look this? You think we all look? We're all related?"
That
so?
is
Hit him with
so
that.
real. But I feel like a Drow ending up in hell would be suspiciously uncommon.
Shiloh
That's so
will
real.
turn to Ymir and go, "I doubt that the soul is in a physical form. I don't know if you'd
Okay.
even recognize it so much as you would the energy. We don't know what we're looking for."
Yeah, Ymir thinks about this and nods and goes, okay, I think this was a pretty good plan. I think I'm good to go along with this. I think we tell him that we're going to get the horn from him, but then we take it back.
Don't tell him about the taking back.
Of course, she says.
Yeah.
So here's the
No, just-
plan.
So we're gonna steal from you. Cool.
But you will have a solid 2 seconds worth of possession of that item.
We all come out of the huddle and like do like a break. And then
Everyone
we all
has
do
a
a
ready
secret
action.
handshake that we already know.
Mhm.
Fine.
So
Tyler's gonna gesture to Soul to do the talking.
Yeah. So we're looking for a soul.
don't find many souls in the war sloth.
I won't find many, or I will.
You don't usually.
All right, easier to find.
I might have heard about something.
Hmm. Where?
Do you agree to my other terms?
Yeah. I'm not
There
gonna give him more
is
than he needs.
a soul bound in wrap, infecting the largest of the demon Ica lakes in the sloth. And he takes out a map and he hands it to you, another infernal map. So I have the map, but wait. wait. Oh! Words. I need to send it to myself. Pause. This is such a smooth running game for real.
You're doing
I
so
don't
great.
want to put
In my
a
head, I was like,
subject.
yes, it is, because I didn't get it with sarcasm. I was like, mm-hmm.
Everyone is doing incredibly, and we're making such great choices this episode.
Hell yeah.
Guys, we're being so smart.
For real.
So many deals made in such a short time.
With some really fucking big names.
It's fine. None of it
And
will
Mike
bite us in the
Wazowski.
ass.
I'm sure all this will
Wazowski.
go swimmingly.
Mm-hmm.
Being business partners with Raphael will never go wrong, actually.
But it
When is it
never
Historically,
has.
great decision.
I mean, genuinely, he's pretty solid in the game.
I mean, I
He
guess.
does- I guess.
Sure.
He only attacks you if you try to steal from him, which is fair enough. I would do that too.
Only I should be allowed to attack people if they steal from me.
You know what, Haley? You're so right. I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have spoken out of turn. You're right.
So,
Gross.
where is it? So, yeah. They point on the map at like W1, if you can see that. Probably,
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll send this in the Discord later for you guys, don't worry. For chat. You guys will be entering at W1. He points and says you'll find the horn at W4, and the lakes are at W3. Got it?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, sounds like easy in and out. Will you come and meet us on the other side? As
Yes.
the
I'll
lakes are a
wait
little bit
here.
closer.
Yes, I can do that. I'll make my way to the other side.
Okay. All right.
Is now an appropriate time to say let's ride?
Now let's ride.
Let's ride.
We all get sunglasses.
Oh, you definitely all have like goggles that you have to put on because they're definitely just like open as hell with like the dust. All right.
Yeah, Mad Max.
And
I'm
as you begin to drive, I will send them properly to you. I just have a photo of a page right now, but I will send them properly to you soon. but these are the stat blocks for your 2 vehicles, including the weapons, which is from Descent into Avernus. Shout out. So essentially, we have Rexlex Carla will be driving the scavenger, and Mechnon, you're going to be driving the demon grinder. So on
So
that,
tight. Handles like a garbage truck. Sorry. Demon Grinder handles like a garbage truck. It was important information to me.
hell yeah.
Where is this?
Descriptive.
It says it in the description right under Demon Grinder.
I'm not gonna make that joke.
All right. Hey, listen, it's called the demon grinder and it has a hanging ball. There are jokes. Okay?
And it has handles.
And it has handles. So,
We are children.
yeah. So as you climb inside and get settled, so Sol, you're gonna be on weaponry for the demon grinder. Who is gonna be on weaponry for scavenger?
Dibs. Dibs. Dibs, dibs, dibs. You see Raimi like shoot past you guys and hop in behind the harpoon. And she starts aiming it around.
You have like one of the harpoon moments. Very fun. All right.
Like swings all the way around. It gets in like me and Ymir's face, and we're like, we all have to duck. I was like, whoa, other way, other way, other way.
So as all of you climb inside these vehicles, turning on the kind of like hellfired powered ignitions, almost like they most likely have a kind of mix of an arcane core and hellfire, as it's very like vroom, vroom, vroom. And it's definitely Mad Max vibes for certain. So these are the type of vehicles that are taken into the Blood War. Basically, you guys are driving tanks. This is the equivalent.
I'm
And-
in paradise.
You see
This is so
Rex Collar
tight.
takes out his own map of Avernus and just kind of like pastes it on the dashboard. And then just like looks back at you, Mechnon just says, "Just follow me." And then just takes off in a scream in these vehicles.
Oh shit.
So their speed is 100 feet. So you guys are going 100 feet in 6 seconds, which is fast. It's not
Someone-
as
I wanna
fast
know
as
the
a
math.
normal car, but it's pretty good.
Okay.
And because I always remember redeems. Bren did redeem an encounter roll. So
Yes.
it is simply my
God damn it.
duty to do
No, that's
so.
tight. I'm so excited.
I was so hoping you'd forget that. Fuck me.
No.
Part of it was like
Thanks,
maybe Raphael was the was
The
the encounter.
Can someone roll me a d6?
It's down. Fucking. Okay, sure. Oh my god. Okay. A d6 is an
sweating.
encounter roll? 5.
Alrighty. With a 5. I don't have any like music that gives race car driving. Hang on.
5
Life
copies
is
of
a
Zarya. just come
highway.
sweeping-
Sorry.
Play Joyride.
Highway to hell.
I wish I could.
Rascal Flats.
Oh, by the way, I'll
Life
give a
could
point of
be a
inspiration to whoever
Life
can
could-
guess what the theme song of the War Sloth would be. While I find a song.
Ooh.
I found the song.
I don't know a single song.
You can.
I don't know
be
why
a little
Freebird
quieter.
came into my head. I know
That
it's
would be
not
pretty
Freebird,
good.
but
It's actually like the soundtrack to like Spirit.
it's
The
Highway to
anime
Hell.
movie.
Alright. As you guys drive. What'd you roll? Who rolled?
I did. I rolled a 5.
A 5.
Oh no, that's not a good face.
I don't
That's
like
not a good face
that.
at all.
I don't
I'm
like
gonna
that.
these harpoon rules.
You
Fuck
see.
this.
Can everyone roll me a perception check?
Yeah, I'd love to.
-1. 2.
Dirty 20. The dirtiest, filthiest, most scared 20.
I also got a dirty, slutty little 20.
Hell yeah.
I got a dirty slutty 17. No, that just sucked.
So whoever rolled above a 15 notices this-
25.
Hey, the sky turned a little darker. At first you think a storm is approaching until you see Rex Lexkala look up and you just see him go, oh.
Why?
As he says, oh, I don't think they're going to notice us. As you see a ginormous flying fortress coasts down from beneath the clouds. Can anyone who is proficient roll me a history check?
Oh no.
There's
Okay.
no way.
Okay,
I
9.
didn't think so.
Is now a
17.
good time to ask about the weather? Doesn't look good.
What'd you get, sorry?
I got a 17.
17. You know a little bit about the Hells. I think you would know a solid, 2 fun facts about each of the Archdevils if you were given a name. And there's a fun fact you know about Zariel. And it is that she exists in a flying fortress.
Fuck.
Oh,
And you see this particular fortress is not flying towards you. It is simply returning what it looks like to the Bronze Citadel. However, as it does, you see 2 figures leap from the flying fortress and land on the ground facing your group. As the flying fortress itself continues on its journey. Can I get everyone to roll for initiative, please?
Oh my
Look out,
god.
guys, we've got company.
Alright, I know
Are we
that
in the
we're
vehicles
right
yet, or are
towards
we-
the end of this session, so we might have to cut off, but we'll see.
18.
11. 11.
Also, do we get to roll twice?
Just once for initiative.
Okay.
23.
Jeez. Alright, so I got
Fight
23
what I missed.
for Sol. Who else got over 20? Nope. Alright, 15 to 20?
Me.
18.
18, and what'd you get, Sue?
I also got an 18, but I will use one of my inspirations for the first time.
Yay! And reroll.
Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah, that's what you get to do. You get to reroll? I thought you just add
Mhm.
one to it. That's so cool.
Yeah.
And then I get to pick, which one more?
Mm-hmm.
17 instead of 18. How
Good,
many
take
rolls
the
do I
18.
have?
You would be keeping track in your notes, but we can vibe. So I'll say you both got 18s. I believe Ymir's dex is higher. Probably.
Wouldn't be. What? It's +2.
Sue,
is
what's
plus
your
3.
dex score?
Oh, yeah,
Plus
okay.
3? Okay, we're
Sure,
good.
sure.
So, Ymir's first.
Mine is +7.
Hell yeah.
Mechnon.
Well, my
Take that.
strength
For
is
saves.
+7.
10 to 15? What'd you get?
I got an 11.
An 11. And Raimi?
6.
6. Okay.
Harpoon's really heavy.
Jeez.
I'm excited to see you use that.
Alright. As you see 2 winged devils fly down, weapons drawn as they fly towards your vehicles. So, how we're going to make this work is that the people who are driving can drive forward with their action, and the people who are armed to weapons can use them. People within the vehicles can do whatever they possibly can from a distance. Otherwise, they can also use their action to help those who are armed to the weapons and possibly get them to hit a little easier. So we'll start off with Soul. Soul, what would you like to do? We're not gonna have a map for this because this is gonna be real quick.
I'm using my imagination and it's tight as hell.
Hell yeah.
I want to use Chomper,
Obsessed.
which is
Chomper.
is one of the things that you can do at the action stations of the Demon Grinder. It's a melee weapon attack.
Hell yeah. So
I guess
I'll
I'll
say
do it to
we're
see if
just
it
gonna
hits first.
we're gonna treat this less like a combat and more just like vibes. So we'll say as the, because we don't have that much time, as the winged devil flies towards the demon grinder, can you please roll to hit for me? So with the demon grinder, you get a +9 to hit.
Where'd my D20 go on my crit? Oh, found it. That's gonna be 15.
15. That is going. Hang on. Where did it go? There it is. Unfortunately, that misses.
All right. I guess that's probably it since I'm manning up
This is true.
a
This
thing.
is true.
Okay. So that was like my second attack. Chomper
Not
again.
quite.
But yep.
All right. Next up is going to be one of these devils who is going to attempt to claw at the demon grinder and try and damage it so it stops. Isn't it?
That's me.
Rude.
It did hit. Got over 19. And it delivers a shocking. Come to me, Nagini. $11 points of slashing damage.
Is that past the threshold?
It is it's above the damage threshold, but not in the mishap threshold. So it does take the damage.
Okay. Will it take the full 11 or just the one that was beyond the damage threshold of 10?
It will take 11. I believe it's like
Okay.
it has to get over 10 before it starts taking the damage.
Oh, okay.
Ymir, it is your turn. So you could either cast a spell or do something to the people attacking, or you can try and aid Raimi, who is manning the weapons.
Ooh. Well, I think what I will do is okay. And this is 2, and are they like within range?
Yeah, both of them are probably within like 10 feet of each of the vehicles.
Okay. I think that I will help Remy.
Awesome. So you can
Which-
give the help action, which basically means you use your action to give Diana advantage on whatever she wants to do during her turn.
Okay.
Incredible.
I'm gonna do that. Just play the flute supportively in the background.
More
Do-
flute.
pop her up.
Hell
Direct
yeah.
fire.
Pop her up, yeah.
Mechnon, you're up next. You're behind the wheel.
We built this city.
Yep. Okay, well, if this winged devil got close enough to scratch the vehicle, would I be able to... Like, I'm flooring it, but beyond that, would I be able to just kind of slam into it to try... Is the bit... Apart from just driving, there's an ability here called Crushing Wheels, which
Mhm.
activates whenever a creature enters my space. Well, the space of the vehicle.
We
So
did
could
say
I
it entered
try-
the space. Absolutely.
And it did.
I'm making a deck save.
Yeah. The deck save is DC 11.
It rolled a
Actually-
12, but it had a plus
Rude.
8. It rolled a 4, so it succeeded, but it was a sad success.
Okay. Can I try some fuck shit?
I love fuck shit.
So
Fuck
this
shit's my
isn't an
middle
action.
name.
This is just something that happens while the car is moving.
Uh-huh.
And I love that for us. If I... Like, you put the two people with the fear effect into the one car, and that's great for us.
So true, bestie.
If I manage to get him to be frightened of me, his speed becomes 0. So, I am going to...
I see your game,
What
and I
level
respect it.
spells? Thank you. Thank you for respecting my game. I can either try to hold person or straight up just cast fear. I don't have that many through.
You have used your action
actions
to drive forward. So you'd
Oh,
really
does it
only
take
have...
my action to drive? Or is that just part of the movement?
Yeah, I guess it'll be part of movement. Alright.
Hey, you got me.
Fuck it. Twist my arm.
You know, no, whole person won't be through bunch of shit. Yeah, I'm gonna cast fear. If he's close enough that he's within like a 30-foot cone of me,
Yeah, he is.
I think I'm just stepping on the gas. I try to run. I just put my head out and I just say, "Do you want to die here?" And I'm gonna cast fear.
Is that a wisdom save?
That is a Wisdom save DC 15.
Okay. You got a 14 with advantage. This guy's not rolling very well.
Hell yeah. Well, he's frightened, and Aura of Conquest. Was he within 10 feet of the cockpit? Because I will be fair.
Yeah.
Okay, if he was within 10 feet of the cockpit, his speed is reduced to 0.
Hell yeah, he's stopped. However, because we already did the dex save, he's kind of to the side, but he can no longer pursue
Yeah, that's
you.
fine.
You're not running him over,
That's fine.
unfortunately. But yeah, his speed is 0. Meaning, now it is going to be... would you like to do anything else? I'm so sorry.
Nope, that's all I wanted
Alright,
to do. Thank you very
Charlotte, you're up next.
Alright, fun. We're gonna keep it simple. We're gonna do some hexing and Eldritch Blast because I'm a warlock. Actually, we'll just keep things simple with just a regular Eldritch Blast.
Hell
I don't
yeah.
wanna use those hexes just yet because I think we're gonna encounter some more stuff. Alright, so
What makes
it's
you
just a
think
roll
that?
to hit. The other guys stop moving, so I'm gonna shoot
Yeah.
all 3 of my beams towards the one on our side.
Go for it.
That's gonna be a 18 to hit for the first
Doesn't
one.
hit.
That is a 24 to hit. The next
Hits.
one. Okay, and then the next one is not gonna hit if the other one hits. So it's 1 beam.
1 beam.
All right, which is just gonna be dun 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 dun. Dee, 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 dee. It's gonna be 11.
11?
11
Gotcha.
damage. I will. Is there anything else that I could do? Its speed is reduced by 10 because I have Lance of Lethargy. And I am gonna use my reaction to deal an extra 4 psychic damage.
Hell
And
yeah.
push it 10 feet further away. With Rebuke of the Talisman.
Awesome. I will say, as you guys are doing this, you suspect with all of this, if you wish to just like dash the house down boots, you would be able to outrun these guys. Unless you want to kill them.
I want him dead, but that's just me.
Raimi, it is your turn. You're on weaponry, you have advantage.
Alright. Raimi's just gonna shout to Ymir and be like, "Hey, help me reload this!" And try and shoot the harpoon at the guy who's Still kind of trailing us a little lethargically. With a +6 to hit, that is going to be a 19 to hit total.
19 just misses. AC of 20.
It just kind of like slams into the ground, and she is like, "All right, well, I guess help me reload again." And then enter.
Okay.
Amazing. Top of the round, Soul. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna chomp him. I'm only interested in chomping him, unfortunately.
So are you gonna like maneuver over to like the other car just so you can chomp the guy on their car?
No, the one that's stopped.
Oh, so if that would mean like you guys have like he's stopped in his track. Okay, if you want to like.
Yeah, this
Mechnon
one's the close one.
Okay,
so.
okay, we'll do that then. It's kind of off to
Maybe
the side.
the way I stop him, maybe the way I stopped him is I just fucking grab him out the window.
Stop, and then you toss him into the mouth. All right, in that case,
Oh, do
I
you
will
wanna
say, it will still just be a flat hit. His speed is 0. However, if he's fear, I believe it just means that he has disadvantage on you, but you don't have advantage on him. Or at least Soul wouldn't. Anyways, Soul, roll to hit.
This is fine because I rolled an 11 plus 9.
Hell yeah!
And that's a 20.
Hits. 20 is the armor class. Roll damage.
All right. 22.
Oof. Nice, nice, nice. And they are so his speed is 0 and he is knocked prone. So
Nice.
he's on the ground.
He's done.
And he's also in front of the car now because he's been chomped and now he's prone. Ymir, it is
Run
your
him
turn.
over!
What would you like to do?
Okay. Well, first, I think we should run him over. I can do that as one of my actions. The other one I would like to do is Dissonant Whispers.
Yeah, which one would you like to Dissonant
So-
Whispers? The one that is prone or the one that is attacking your car?
They're attacking the car.
Awesome. I believe that is a wisdom saving throw for Dissonant Whispers. Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I will make that. I'm rolling like shit. Oh, he does have advantage. I forgot. No. He rolled a 5 and an 8.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Wait, do I do the...
So you'll
oops.
roll damage, which should be just next to the spell.
Yes. And does it matter which level?
We'll do level 1, because if you want to do a higher level, you would just have to let us know beforehand. Otherwise,
Oh,
you could
okay,
say it
okay,
fails and be like, it failed, it was definitely level 5 then. If you know what I mean.
Okay, sorry. I was like clicking around because I was trying
You're
to
all good,
understand.
don't
Okay. 13.
Incredible. You deal 13 points of damage with your action and call out to Mechnon to run that guy over. Mechnon, would you like to do anything with your bonus action, Ymir?
Yes. Can I attack again? Or...
You won't be able to attack again with your bonus action, but you could give Bardic
Right.
Inspiration to someone, or
Yes,
there are other things.
I'll do that.
Yeah,
I'll
keep
give it to
simple.
Mechnon this time around.
Hell yeah, Mechnon. So I believe it's a D10 at your level. Amazing. D10, Mechnon, it is your turn. You have been given the call to run this bitch over, and you feel empowered by the sound of
Hi.
flute music.
Yeah.
Mechnon,
Awesome.
let's ride.
It's all about family.
Raimi cracks a Corona and smashes it against the side.
So this guy's prone, yeah?
Yeah.
So he doesn't take 4d10, he takes 8d10 damage from this
Yeah.
card just running him over.
Mhm.
Awesome. And you know what?
And
I
he's
love
already
that.
taken a
Oh,
bit
and
of
you know what?
damage.
Actually, before any of that, he's gonna take 5 psychic damage because of my aura of conquest. Because he's scared of me.
Cause you scared of me.
As he should be. Fuck.
You'd be scared too.
I love
Oh, I
dodging
rolled
cars.
really well. Oh, sweet dear lord. Okay, this is 8d10, y'all. This is big boy numbers. I've never been good at math, but you know what?
I believe in the power of a
eight,
calculator or just putting that shit into D&D
7,
Beyond.
3, 10, 9. That's gonna be 55. So with the aura, that's 60 points of damage, and all.
How do you
the-
want
all
to do
the-
this?
Look. Oh god, the urge to call this guy insignificant versus the fun of it. I think I just look at Soul and I just say, hold on to something. I just go,
She grips
Oh.
the bar, I'd assume, or
And,
something. That's nearby.
there will be chunks of wing stuck in the wheel, in the front wheels of this vehicle. Definitely until we get to the war sloth. Oh,
Hell yeah.
God.
Hey,
Like running over
I
a
think-
bird, except the bird is a fucking
you
albatross.
lean across to a demon grinder and you just add a plus devil heart.
I think I did make eye contact with him, and I didn't. And I said, I think I would. But frankly, I will just say, I did ask you. And then I did, "Bop."
Period. Amazing. Okay, I'll say, Raimi, at this point, mainly because we're over time, looking, I'll say like all three of you in Scavenger. Oh wait, yeah, 3 of you in Scavenger. I want you to tell me how you managed to kill the second one. Because you've done very well.
I mean, does anyone else want to take? Go for it.
Shiloh slows it down 20 feet so it hangs perfectly in the direction for Raimi to fire. I don't know what Raimi does, but give it a go.
Yeah, at that point, Raimi's gonna very carefully, very strategically aim the harpoon, and she visibly, like, lowers it towards the thing's head, and then kind of thinks for a second, and instead aims for just, like, this little joint right through that bit where your shoulder kind of connects.
Horrible.
And shoots the harpoon straight through. And it's not a grappling harpoon, but my god, she fucking makes it so that it reels in just at the last second and starts dragging this thing along. It's like a fucked up, like, windsock.
Hell
a
yeah.
sec.
And I think
like,
Rexux
"Stomp on
Kala like steps on it for a little bit, but then kind of like breaks and rears to the side, so the whole thing swings around to the front, and then he runs it over. And as you will finish this quick casual game of dodging cars with some devilish friends, we will end the session here with you beginning your journey towards the war slough, where demonic deals, and not really deals, demonic fuckery awaits you. Alrighty. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us tonight. I think we will quickly go around and everyone say where they can find you. Starting with Sue, tell the people where they can find you and what you've got going on.
Hi, I am Dragon Mistress, and I can be found on TikTok and Instagram. I'm trying to start my YouTube, but I keep forgetting to post, but I am technically on there. I am a theater actress, and I also post, like, just little lip syncs and little short films and stuff. There's a lot of gay stuff in there, but yeah.
Hell yeah. Haley.
Hi, I'm Haley. I go by Haley Rosie on everything. I'm at a lot of tables as well. I am on many channels. You can find them on my Instagram. I post a lot of reels about them. And I said that was Haley Rosie, right? Yes. I do cosplay and fantasy stuff. You'll see it there.
Hannah.
Hi, my name's Hannah. Hannah Harper, or Hannah Plays D&D, literally everywhere. I do a lot of weird stuff on the internet. Find me. I dare you. That's all you're gonna get. You're not gonna have to look at my channel if you want more.
Diana.
Yeah, I'm Diana Faye, also known as Diana of the Rose on all platforms. That includes TikTok, Shorts, Reels. I'm also a long-form YouTube creator when I remember, much like Sue. And then I'm also a Twitch partner and member of both the Latin Guild and Pride Guild, as well as a panelist at various conventions around the country. The next one being PAX East, so I hope to catch you guys there. And beyond that, I'm also a model and social media consultant, and I'm going to end it there because that's already a lot. Follow.
Oh, you caught me right before a sneeze. Jesus.
Oh,
All right.
Jesus, I'm sorry.
No, it's too late. It's too late. The power of the
Power through, I
Hamilton
believe
shirt
you.
that I've had for years will carry me. Hello, everyone. My name is Apollo. I'm an Irish cosplayer, voice actor, and TTRPG performer. That's what we're doing tonight. If you want me, if you want me. If you want more of me, you can find me online at Tall Nerd Apollo. Put that into any search bar. If you don't see my black ass, I'm not there. You can also find me in the beautiful and proud nation of Ireland. If you're going to most events, quite honestly.
Hell yeah.
Thanks for watching.
I want to apologize for whatever was in the water tonight. Sometimes
were
I
all
just
silly
feel
tonight.
really manic, and I just but I just kept seeing Apollo react to my dumb character voices and wanted to do more of them. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Madeline, and this is my channel. You can follow me on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, here on Twitch. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks to all the people who gifted subs today. I love you so much. Make sure you're following me and all of these people on social media so you can keep an eye out for when Crit Awards and nominations open. And if you're watching this in the future, check if the Crit Awards are still happening. Maybe you could vote for some stuff. Okay? Manifest. Alright? Other than that, send all the love in the world. Please join the Discord. Send us memes about tonight. I want memes about tonight. Memes, I demand them. Also, this is off topic. I was thinking today about the fact that you in this city needed someone to provide vehicles to leave the city, and that the city outside of the city is really, really hot. Therefore, I was thinking of Gerudo Town from Breath of the Wild, which implies that I require fan art of Mechnon in the Gerudo costume. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We will see you next time.
The type of sword that Mechnon has is also the one that Ganondorf has, so I mean, it kind of fits.
Listen.
As I've been informed from many comments.
Get into it. We will see you next week. Thank you so much. We'll raid into someone. Stick around. Say goodbye, hellish adventurers.
Goodbye.
Bye, hellish adventurers.